Hey, and you know what I seen this? Look, when I turned on ESPN this morning, I seen the meme of the coach folding up the chairs. He was like slamming the chairs on the ground when they blew the lead. he was walking down the sideline with all the bench players would sit at in the fold up chairs. He was like slamming them on the ground, folding them up. Like, oh, you blow a lead, you can stand up.
Bro, it was just like you
Mike
knew it
Leach.
was
Leach,
inevitable,
that's who it
yo.
was. It was
Yeah,
Leach. Mike Leach did it.
like Louisville completely took the win out of their sails, man. Like you saw, you was like, even when they was still up, like I think it was like 13 points or some shit like that. I was like, they're gonna lose this game, man. They're gonna lose this game. Like I could see it in their body language. I was like, they're gonna lose this game, and they lost the game.
Yeah,
It's kind of messed up. Like when you see a team up and then somehow the wind in themselves just collapse. You know what I'm saying? To watch a team below a lead, up 3 touchdowns. Like I
Motherfuckers
know it's
get too
college,
high.
but
You know what I'm saying?
with college, I mean, you're dealing with 18 through 21-year-olds. So
Right.
so things like momentum is a real thing in the college game, and you see that week in and week out. Versus, I mean, NFL, I mean, like momentum's a thing, but it's just not like it is in college, though.
Yeah. Yeah.
hey, what y'all feel about D Hop, man?
I mean, I think it's a cool move.
I mean, listen, man, D Hop is D Hop. He not what he used to be, but he's better than what they have. You know what I'm saying? And like I said it last week. Adding talent is never a bad thing. It's never a bad thing. So,
And I just think if you're looking for him to be the D Hop that when he was 28, 29, like a real difference, I don't think he's a difference maker. I've said it before this week. I think he's a possession wide receiver. He's a dude that's going to move for you. I mean, like he's a dude in the red zone where you got it second and third to go, and I mean, you need a guy to make a tough 50-50 catch or something like that. Like that's your guy. But if you expect a guy to go for like 100 and like 10 receptions, 150 and a touchdown in the game, like I don't think he's doing that. I mean anymore. So, but I mean he's better than what they had. So
yeah. Yeah, I feel the same thing. He might have the best catch radius in the league. His hand-eye coordination is definitely top tier. Andy always finds a way to scheme up Yak. So I'm not really worried about him creating separation or nothing like that. Like Andy would do that. Um, I wouldn't necessarily say it's a needle mover, but it's it's something that motherfuckers need to be cognizant of.
Yeah, I think he comes in. He does draw some attention too. Like you got to pay attention. Maybe it opens up a little bit of whatever Kelsey been missing too, man. Because it seemed like he been kind of hiding in the backgrounds in the shadows. Maybe getting a D Hop moves the defense a little bit. You gotta move your secondary around. You know what I'm saying? You gotta
Old
adjust.
man Kelsey, man, he still got a little juice in him. He
Yeah, he
still
just
got a little juice, but you can see it. You can see he's slowed down considerably.
yeah.
But hey, man, it happens to everybody. Father Time is undefeated. He even beat Floyd's ass. You know, so
I'm gonna get into it. It's gonna be a good episode. Let's get into
oh,
it.
buddy.
That shouldn't happen. Why did they play twice? What's up? What's up? Welcome to another episode of the CheckDown. I'm one of your hosts, Smitty. Happy to be back with y'all, man. What's good, sir? You got on Florida State shit. What's going on here, man? What's this,
Oh yeah, I'm rooting for Miami, man. Like I said, I hope they. What was the total? 58. I want 8 touchdowns and a safety.
man?
Get that nigga up out of here. That's what I want. I
Oh,
want 58 to nothing. I want to. I
man.
want
AJ
a
Nick, what's
force.
wrong with your guy, man? Get your
Listen,
man, man.
force they motherfucking hand. Get him the fuck up out of here, man. He gotta go.
Yeah, I was about to say that, man. It sounded like he want his coach fired. That's what it sounded like to me. So,
Hey man, shout out to EA. What's up? Good luck to y'all teams as far as Florida State. Hope y'all get a good safe word. We ain't got no safe words around here, man. It's always fuck the tropical depression, man. You know what it is. You know what
Yeah,
it
get
is.
that nigga out of here, man. Yeah,
Jimmy, how you feeling,
I
Jimmy?
need that Kirby energy,
You want
man. I need
you want him
motherfuckers
fired
on the
right now?
sideline. Listen, man, this isn't. We not even treading water right now, man. Like there is no fear of accountability on that sideline. It's the same shit every week. It's the same mistakes. It's the same drops. It's the same blown coverages. It's the same shit, dog. And it's like, I'm not. It's funny because I remember coming up and seeing Lou Holtz spazzing on the sideline, grabbing motherfuckers by their face masks and shit like that. And I'm like, oh man, that's too much. That's too much. We've gone too far to the left where these coaches are just, like he don't even talk to his players. He just put his head down. And I'm like, what do you expect them to do? Teenagers. And the leader, every time something go left, he putting his head down. I don't want that shit. Fuck out of here.
yeah, the only thing I say is like, I mean, like you really can't be, like just the way culture is now. I mean, like you can't be on the sideline grabbing your player's face mask
Oh
and
yeah, not
you
that, not that.
yeah, it's unfortunate, man, because that's kind of what I grew up with. Like that's how football was. Where I mean, you could do that, but you can't do that no more.
I
But
mean,
yeah,
maybe not at the national level, but they still need to. They ain't even got it at the lower levels no more.
but I don't think you can do that at the high school level, man, because like these parents be on they be on some other stuff sometimes, man. I mean, like I mean, they understand watching their son and they see their
Listen,
coach,
the high
getting
school I went
all that.
to, they grabbing face masks. They still
Oh
grabbing
yeah,
face masks.
Coach
Listen,
Estes grabbed my face mask a few times.
hey, look, no. I'm saying this high school I went to. I just went to a game a couple of weeks. They still grabbing face masks.
Okay.
They still selling players out. But hey, but look, that also tells you why this high school I went to is one game out of national championship damn near every year.
Yeah,
They
that's true
still
too.
holding players accountable. They still making sure if you blow an assignment, we know. Because we ain't gonna let you just come over here and sit down and hang
Yeah,
out like it's okay. No. We finna hold you accountable right here, right now, in front of your peers. So they know that they gonna be held to the same state, to the same level.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. So that's just how that go. But so far as me, man, I'm doing good, man. I mean,
Yeah.
my college team on the bye this week, so I ain't got to worry about that. My pro team stinks, so I mean, shit. I mean, look, it is what it is, man.
y'all got
The Jets this week,
Jets.
and
I
I
mean
mean,
that's
it's
a
sad because
division game. That's in New
normally,
England, right?
yeah, it's in the wing. Normally, we would beat the Jets, but man, I mean, my team can't stop the run for nothing right now. And I think it's the third week in a row that we didn't giving up like over 125 yards rushing. So I mean, until they get that fixed, they ain't gonna win no games.
I mean, at least y'all going up against some motherfuckers that don't know how to stick to the run. So,
Yeah.
I mean,
And we'll
Yeah,
see.
Brees Hall could be going crazy and then be like, no, we got to give it to Aaron. We got to.
Yeah, that's pretty much how it goes, man. But oh well.
Pop, how you feeling? You got a big one today. You got a big game today in your pocket.
Yeah, I'm chilling, chilling. Got A&M. We'll see what happens with that. My Dodgers play today. We see if we can get that done. So, hey,
Hey.
yeah. So
Yeah, if you could do
run
me
it
a
up.
favor, you know what I'm saying, and get another dub, you know what I mean? Yeah.
Hey,
Anything
listen,
to
man.
keep the Yankees from winning, I'm cool with. You
Bruh.
feel me?
And
I'm
look,
cool with it.
I was saying, I was like, man, since the moment I was taught baseball, I've thought about this matchup. You know
oh,
what I'm saying? Just because it was New York and LA. And then when I found out LA came from Brooklyn and they met in the World Series, I mean, of course, it was back in the 20s and 30s or whatever. But I've been waiting for this shit my entire life. And game one didn't disappoint whatsoever.
yeah. I
You
mean, for
know,
me, I'm in a tough spot, man. Because I mean, obviously, I'm a Red Sox fan, so I'm definitely like a Yankee hater in full. But I don't really like the Dodgers that much, so I'm choosing to cheer
Me
for a
neither.
team I really don't like that much. But I
Me
will.
neither. But I'll
Screw it.
pick the
nigga,
Dodgers
this
over
was
the
like when the
Yankees.
Eagles,
Yeah.
nigga, this was like when the Eagles and the Chiefs was in the Super Bowl. I was conflicted. I ain't know who the fuck to root for, man, because I'm like Philly was beating their ass in the first half, and I was like, yeah, fuck them niggas up. And then Kansas City started coming back, and I was like, yeah, fuck them niggas up. I was confused.
But all right, let's get into this first slate, man. We got Oklahoma versus Ole Miss. Ole Miss is favored by 19. Over under is 48. Jesus Christ, Oklahoma. I mean, both of these teams kind of underwhelming at the moment, though, right? I mean, Ole Miss
That's
probably
what
should
I
have been
was
playing
about to ask.
a little bit better, and then it's like Oklahoma, like they got a quarterback problem, a big quarterback problem.
Is that what
Yeah.
it is?
Listen, I
Okay.
watched that boy last week, and I turned the TV off. What is this? Y'all got rid
Yeah.
Yeah.
of the last quarterback for this? Y'all told me he was the one. Y'all, what?
So y'all know I just hopped back into college football like 2 seasons ago, but I took a little hiatus because you know, we ain't gonna talk about that. But well, like when I be skimming through the scores and the channels and shit, I always go to the Oklahoma game. I don't ever click it, but I be like, damn, what the fuck is going on in Oklahoma? You know what I'm saying? So you just said they got a quarterback problem. I'm just like, the scores that I've been seeing, I'm like, that ain't Oklahoma football. Like, what's going on over there?
He bad.
Yeah,
He
because
bad.
the defense basically on the field for Oklahoma like majority of the game because the offense can't do nothing. And I don't even know if the two quarterbacks that have been playing are going to be playing in this game. I think they might be starting somebody new. So it's a serious offensive issue with Oklahoma right now.
But the
Hey,
thing
sir,
about
it's almost
OU,
as bad as watching DJU, man. Watching Oklahoma quarterback is almost just as bad as watching DJU.
yeah,
Oh,
but the
I
thing
know how they feel then.
Yeah, I mean, the thing I'll say about the Sooners, though, I think they got an excuse, though, man, because like they pretty much played the majority of their season without a lot of their wide receivers being healthy. So at least I can say they got an excuse why they bad offensively. I mean, the defense. I mean, I say this a lot, man. Like when you got a bad offense and your defense is good, at some point it's going to take its toll. And I just think OU has reached that point where defensively they were good the first couple weeks of the season, and then the defense is on the field a lot. I mean, Ole Miss is just like I don't trust them when they got to play good defenses. Like that's been my stance with them, for the last couple of years, and that'll continue to be my stance with them. I mean, until they prove it to me. I mean, they always lose games they're not supposed to lose. So
I feel like you slick took a shot at my 49ers though,
say what?
because I'm not understanding that last part.
What?
I'm fucking with you, dog.
I was about to say what? I was about to say
No, you
what?
said they always lose games they not supposed to lose. That kind of triggered me a little bit.
No, but nah, but I mean, if you compare the 49ers with Ole Miss, at least y'all been to the championship game. Ole Miss
Yeah.
ain't even sniffed. They ain't sniffed that. So that's
Yeah.
the major difference to me. But
Ole Miss. See, sir, the difference would be right. Ole Miss lose multiple games that they shouldn't lose in seasons where you predict them to be in the finals and they never get close, right?
Listen, they play in the SEC. I don't want to hear that shit.
no,
Yeah,
it's true though.
and that's why they don't even lose to the SEC teams. They be losing to like
Well, I mean,
Texas Tech.
Well, I mean, they always lose the draw. I mean, like the last 3-4
But I'm
years.
just saying, like they'll lose like the weird game though. Like they'll play like
I mean, they lost to
Virginia
Kentucky.
and lose some dumb shit like that. Like,
Well, I mean, like they lost to Kentucky this year. They weren't supposed to lose that game.
I thought Kentucky is supposed to have a squad.
I mean,
supposed to
Kentucky.
have a good defense.
Yeah, good
Yeah.
defense. But I mean, like, you know, I mean, Ole Miss couldn't stop them in that game. So that's what we mean. Like, I mean, Ole Miss, they got a lot of talent. I mean, like, they got a lot of. The thing about Ole Miss is they always got like a lot of players that make it to the league, and they're actually good in the league. It's just they can never put a season together.
Ole Miss is more of a how would you say it? Like they more of a statue friend like football team than they are like relevant at the moment. To be honest, like
But
they got
yeah.
a lot of names that's made them relevant more than their success has made them relevant.
Yeah, but I still like Ole Miss in this game, though, man. Like, I mean, what the Sooners have been putting together defensively over the last 3 weeks has been pretty nasty. Well, at least the last two, because they didn't gave up 34 to Texas 2 weeks ago, and they gave up 35 to South Carolina last week. So I mean, it's been real nasty for them. And I don't really see anything changing. I mean, I don't know about the -19 though. That's a lot to me. And you know, like I get it that I mean, like, you know, as soon as they're going to OU, I mean not OU, but the Sooners are going to Ole Miss, I get that. But I don't know about that -19 though. Like I'm not sure that I'm willing to like bet that on them, but I do think they're gonna win the game.
Pop.
Yeah, no, I agree. Ole Miss should win this game handedly. It's just because I think that while they don't always show up in the games they're supposed to, this is a game that if you lose, there's something seriously wrong with the program. Because Oklahoma is just there's nothing competitive about that offense to me. So that's something that the Ole Miss defense should be able to take advantage of, and with that, that'll give the Ole Miss offense more possessions to score. So yeah,
I agree
like
with
Ole
y'all,
Miss.
man. Ole Miss definitely should win this game. I'm with Pop on that. If you lose this game, then it's time to go sit down. We need to reevaluate some things because it's something wrong with the program. I don't know about the 19 though. I might just take it money line, but 19 a little crazy. But we got number 20 Illinois versus number 1 Oregon. Oregon favored by 22.5, over under 54.5. Oregon should decimate Illinois, but you never know.
See, I don't think they're gonna like. I think Oregon's gonna win. I don't think they're gonna decimate them though, because the thing about Illinois is their defense is actually okay. Like it's not. Yeah, it's not. They don't have a bad defense. And for me, like Oregon, like sometimes I'd be liking to bet Oregon on the over, but the problem with Oregon sometimes is like sometimes they be having these like time-consuming drives, and that ain't good. That ain't good when you know. I mean, like when you're trying to bet an over. Like, I mean, you need dudes to score quick. And I mean, sometimes they be just taking a long time to score. So this is not one of them games where I love the over. I think the over is like 55.
54.5, yeah.
54.5. So if I was gonna bet the over under, I might just go under, like, but I'd raise it up. Like I'd raise it up to like 61 or 62. So you know, so you cover yourself. And like the last game, like Oregon should decimate them. But I don't know, like, you know, like, I don't know about the 23. Like, I mean, I can see Oregon winning by like 17 to 20 points. But I think you might, you know, it's possible just to get caught up in that 22.5, man. So I'd be careful about that. But I mean, as far as the prop wise, I mean, you know, Gabriel is playing out of his mind right now. The last couple of games, like, you know, I mean, against the Buckeyes, he played really well. And then I think they had a game last week that I mean, he played like really well in too. So I would definitely consider him, you know, I mean, taking him for his yards and, you know, I mean, probably passing touchdowns. I mean, that's a pretty safe bet to me. And also like Tez Johnson, their like best wide receiver on the team. I pretty much like him for a touchdown too. Like he should be able to score in this game as well.
So, question: is Oregon the best team in the country?
If you go by the rankings, they are.
Yeah, if you go by rankings, yeah.
Because they're the number 1 team in the country.
Okay, so are they playing the best football in the country? I'm asking. I don't know. I didn't even know Oregon was number 1.
Yeah, I mean they were number one because they beat the Buckeyes 2 weeks ago when I think that was a 2-3 matchup. So that's why they're number one.
And then because
Um,
But are
And
they a
then
good team? Like
Texas lost to Georgia last week, which dropped Texas down.
yeah.
okay.
I mean, I
Um,
don't. It's hard to say if they're the best. They're playing the best. Like that's hard to say because I mean, like there's like things about their defense that I don't really
So
love, and
who
like
do you think is better? Or who do you think could give them some run?
I mean, I think the team that they're gonna have to face in the Big Ten championship again. Like I think they're gonna have to face. I mean, Ohio State again. You know, the only way that would not to happen is if Penn State would go, would go undefeated. Then Oregon would play Penn State in the Big Ten championship game. But I think they're gonna see the Buckeyes again, and I think the Buckeyes can beat them on a neutral site.
So what about Texas or
Texas kind
Georgia
of
or Alabama?
Texas, I mean, Bama not really even in discussion no more. I mean, Bama's 15th in the country. I mean, I think Bama done lost 2 games
I
already.
mean, but if they met,
I mean, the thing about Bama, the tricky thing about Bama is like Bama need Jalen Milroe to play like he did against Georgia. Like if he does not play like that, they're not going to beat like the top echelon teams. Like they're not going to beat the Ohio States of the world, the Oregons of the world, the Texas of the world. Like they're not going
okay,
to.
see that's what I'm asking. Like outside of the rankings, how good are they?
I mean, I think Oregon's a good team. I mean, but I think my team could beat them. I mean, like I said, I think or Ohio State could beat them. I think if
Is
Texas
Utah
plays them,
living up to expectations?
no,
no.
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 Nah,
Okay.
Utah, Cam Rising, like he out for the season once again. So Utah's cooked. I think when you're looking at the Big 12, I think
Shit.
is BYU in the Big 12?
Yeah, they are, and they're
So it's
undefeated. So yeah,
BYU and
Oh,
Colorado
that's
for
I saw they
me.
was ranked.
But
Yeah,
Colorado is over exceeding expectations, unlike Utah.
yeah,
exactly. Like at this point, their record and the way they've been playing football is a lot better for Colorado than I thought it would be. And Utah just, I don't know if it's been quarterback play. I don't know if it's been injuries. I don't know what's going on, but they just not it.
yeah. So I mean, to say it like this, man, there's teams that could beat Oregon. I think there's like teams in the top five that can beat them. I mean, I just think it's going to come down when the college football playoffs start, and it's just who's hot at the time. Because I mean, I don't
Yeah.
think the gap is that far between any of the top like 5 to 7 teams, and like in my opinion.
I agree. And I just think that especially who they will potentially be matched up with. This is assuming that they make it past Ohio State, who I think is going to be in the Big Ten championship, who they're going to be matched up with in the playoffs, and what type of defense they run. Because I like Oregon has been successful so far, but what they are not good at is running the ball. And if a team has a good
Um.
run stopping defense, I don't like Oregon is going to become one dimensional at that point.
Okay.
Yeah, because I think in the Big Ten, I think they're like out of the 12, or I think I got 14 teams or something like that. They're like middle of the pack, like they're like 6th or 7th ranked in that conference in running the ball. And so, like Pop said, like running the ball is not their strong suit. Which it's funny because most of the time they're really capable of running the ball like every year. But this is one of them years where like their quarterback Gabriel is carrying them. So I mean,
Yeah.
and the funny thing is he coming from OU. OU got rid of him because they thought the quarterbacks they had coming in were going to be better than him. And right now, like they got people that are putting him in like the Heisman discussions right now. Like if I think they said I think ESPN had a show in the middle of the week, and they said like if the season was to end right now, like he would be going to that ceremony. So yeah,
I
So
know
how
they're
was
kicking
that
themselves 2 times for that, but
yeah, pretty much.
how was that Oregon Ohio State game?
It was one of the best games of the year. I mean, it came
Yeah.
down to the last play of the game
Okay. So
because I mean,
they didn't so you think if they run it back, you think Ohio State will win?
I think it's very possible because like that game
Yeah.
was at Oregon, so like
Oh,
so
okay, okay.
when they play in the Big Ten championship, I think that game is in Indy. So I mean, essentially,
Mhm.
Yeah.
it's a neutral site game. So
Uh
and
kinda.
yeah, kind of. But I mean, the thing about the Buckeyes was they only lost by 1 point. Like, if you didn't watch the game, like they lost because on the last play of the game, their quarterback decided to scramble. He took too much time, and by the time he tried to call timeout, there wasn't any time
yeah,
left.
they would have won that game
Oh no,
if
I
he
was
if he
more so I
doesn't.
think don't Indiana border Ohio? That's what I was thinking. That was more so what I was thinking
I think it's.
when
I
you was
don't.
talking about the neutral site.
Well, I don't. I think it might. If it
I
doesn't
think it
border,
does.
it,
If it don't, it's like
it's
a
pretty close.
state in between.
Yeah,
Indiana is real close to Ohio.
but I mean, the Buckeye
So
fans gonna travel. I mean, should
oh, yeah,
travel.
yeah, yeah. They got that money.
Yeah,
So
so
they gonna be out there.
but
I might tune in on that one, even though it's they got them favored by 20. You know, so, just you talking about the deficiencies that they have, because that Illinois got a good defense.
yeah, I mean, like they're supposed to have one of the
Okay,
better defenses in that conference. They're supposed to. So
okay, all right.
um,
That's what I expect from Illinois. So yeah, I'm gonna tune in on that one. That's
and
a
then I
12
think
o'clock game.
I
it's a
Yeah,
three.
believe so.
Nah.
3?
Yeah, it's a 3:30.
Oh, I thought it
Yeah,
was
Okay,
like
all
earlier.
right. I might make that.
I thought it was earlier. Yeah.
That's a
I just
big
went through the
boy.
slip. I didn't even pay attention to the times. All right. So we got number 21 Missouri versus number 15 Alabama. Alabama favored by
Mhm.
15 and a half. The over under is 51 and a half. Hey, Missouri been kind of playing tough, bro. I ain't gonna cap. I've been watching Missouri a little bit. If that offense was just a little bit better, they probably would be winning more games, but they
I mean,
can't
you
they
mean the
can't stay in
quarterback?
there.
Yeah, that's what you're talking about. What you're talking about is the quarterback because
Yeah.
he's not that good.
Yeah.
They
See
defense be sticking people.
this type of stuff right here is what helped me catch up because it's like who's we talking well, like with Illinois, like when Smitty was talking about them being scrappy and whatnot. Well, he didn't say scrappy, but that's what I took from what he said. And y'all talked about defense. When you say Missouri, that's what I immediately think, you know. And I I I just I like this matchup for them. Going up against Alabama, they kind of, you know, sliding a little bit. They need to uh they need to beat the shit out of Missouri to get back into that conversation, but I don't think they will. Even though I know it's a completely new regime and everything like Missouri, um, they like to play spoiler to motherfuckers like Alabama. So yeah, I might tune into this one too.
I'll just say if that I don't know what was worse for Alabama in that Tennessee game, the offense or the defense. I don't know who dropped the ball more, but specifically like Milrow, like you can't have them type of turnovers. You
He
can't
got to
make
play
them
better,
type
man.
of boneheaded plays. Like I don't know if it's his vision that he sometimes can't see the open man, but that seemed to be a big issue, especially in the latter part of that Tennessee game. And you can't give a team like Missouri any sort of life. I'm not saying that they're like a terrible team, but like you give them that type of momentum, like that team that like they will thrive off of that. You can't give them any extra possessions. Now, I also believe that the Missouri quarterback is absolute trash, so he could get a ball back right back to Alabama. But this is a game Bama needs because I don't think the two losses takes them out of the conversation of being in the playoffs, right? Just because of how the system is. But this has to be a decisive win for them to keep the eyes of the committee on them, especially with the games that they have coming later on in their schedule.
I mean, if they lose this game, that's it. I'm gonna just
Yeah,
I'm gonna just be frank
yeah,
with Bama fans. You lose this game, that's it. You're already teetering because you're already 15th in the country.
yeah,
So you're already kind of you're kind of on the edge already. So and you lost two games. I mean, you could have lost the game. They could have lost the game last week, to be honest. When I
yeah.
not last week, but 2 weeks ago at South
I
Carolina.
know what you meant. Yeah,
Yep, yep.
Yeah, South Carolina could have beat them, and they did them in. But I mean, they're like I think they're gonna win this game. Like, I mean, I don't know.
yeah.
I can't say if they're gonna cover the spread or not like that. I don't know. But with their issue is that they still got to play LSU next week. And I mean, with their inconsistent quarterback play and their inconsistent play on defense and offense, I don't know if they could beat LSU because LSU right now is offensively, they're gonna put up points. And if you can't score with them, you're not gonna beat them. So that's the thing. But Bama, yeah, I mean, Bama should win the game. I mean, like, I don't know about the line, like what's the line? 15 and a half. Like that. I mean, the way they've been struggling recently, like I just don't know if they can cover that. But I do think they should win by like 10. I think it's more like a 10-point game. Like that's what I think it's going to be.
If they win, it should be 10 for sure.
Yeah, it should be about 10. Maybe
I'm not
10.
touching no 15 and a half.
No, I'm not. I mean, like they struggled against South Carolina. I mean, they struggled against Tennessee. They struggled against like Vanderbilt. That was more on the defense. But it's just like, yeah, like their new coach. If they don't win this game, bro, he going back to Alabama. He gonna have some problems. I'm just gonna say that right now because I mean their fan base. Their fan base is a lot like the Cowboys fan base, the Yankees fan base. Like there is no patience there. They
expect excellence.
Yeah. And right now they're not getting that. So I mean, he might want to be careful.
So we got next.
Yeah, I think Alabama has to win this in impressive fashion. They can't allow the committee to say shit like they struggle with Missouri. They can't struggle with Missouri. I know Missouri's ranked, but when we start when they start debating in these, I mean it is Alabama, so they don't really hold struggle against them like other teams. So I don't know. We'll see.
You ain't got Saban in that motherfucker. You might.
I mean, but the one thing I'll say about Alabama got name recognition. So it's like,
yeah,
because if you put up their resume, yeah, I mean, like their one good win is against Georgia, which was number 2. I think when they beat Georgia, I think Georgia might have been number. Nah, I think Bama. I can't remember. One of them teams was number 1. I'm not sure who was number 1. But I mean, if you take Bama off the name, and you look at the other wins and losses. If they weren't Bama, they would be lower. I'm sorry, they'd be lower than 15. I'm just be real with you. But I mean, like they have a name brand, and that matters in college football. So I mean that's fine. But yeah, like just going back to the point, if they don't win this game, they got a lot of problems.
That they do. All right. So we got number
this
5.
Motherfucker
Texas.
What? No, I was just this motherfucker is like 5'7", 280 pounds, and he just did a fucking windmill kick. It's incredible.
Oh, you watching
My
the
bad.
prelims? You watching the prelims?
Yeah, the USC fight on.
Yeah, he looked like a ball of dough.
You talking about Chris? Yeah, listen.
Yeah,
Chris,
did you see that kick?
Mm-hmm.
That shit was crazy, wasn't it?
Bro, like the way he's built, you wouldn't think he could throw kicks the way he does.
Bruh, the way he's built looks like he don't fight nobody. but sleep apnea though. Like he's built like a ball of dough, but he definitely got hands. My bad, Smitty.
No, you good. We got number 5 Texas versus number 25 Vanderbilt. Texas favored by 17 and a half. Over under is 51 and a half. Vanderbilt riding high for a good win though. I mean, I don't know if they're gonna get 2.
Who they beat?
Alabama.
Oh shit. Oh damn. I mean, what was that last week?
Nah, I think they beat. I think they beat Bama 3. I think it was 3 weeks ago.
Oh, okay. Didn't Texas just lose?
Texas lost to Georgia last week.
Last week,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
So they coming off a loss.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Oh yeah. Damn, Vanderbilt. Oof.
I mean,
Vanderbilt got a big. Hey, look, when you got a big dub like that, you ride off that thing for a couple of weeks, man. You know they still got good fuel in the
You
tank.
can smoke like that. You got to take it out on somebody.
How many wins they got, Vanderbilt?
Oh, they got 5. They're 5-2.
Listen, that's a great record for Vanderbilt, bro.
Yeah.
But
definitely.
Texas, who just had like the loss they did. Listen, I think they're gonna come in this game with something to prove.
The only thing I say is I think if this game was at Texas, they'd blow doors. But I mean, like Bama went into Vanderbilt. It was at Vanderbilt. That's where they lost that. So Vanderbilt, I ain't saying it's a hard place to play, but you got to give, I mean, Vandy some credit. Like I mean, like at home they kind of they do play well. But to say all that, like I do expect Texas to win. I don't expect Texas to lose. I'm not sure who Texas starting at quarterback though. Like I don't know if they're going to start Ewers or they're going to start Archie Manning. I'm not sure. But I think Ewers should have a bounce back game. I like Texas to win. I don't know about the 17 though. I think people are like undervaluing Vanderbilt a little bit. I mean, like Vanderbilt has proven this season that they actually are a solid team.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of like the Bama situation for me. Like we were just talking about. Like I like Texas to win by about 10 to 12 points. Like that's what I like. I do expect this game to go over. I mean, Vanderbilt has been scoring a lot of points. They put up what damn near 50 against Alabama, so Vanderbilt got the ability to score points, and so does Texas. So I mean, the 51.5, like I think it's going to go over that.
Shit, I mean Vanderbilt on a 3-game winning streak. Their last loss was Missouri.
Yeah, so
30-27. I mean, even though Ball State is, they beat Kentucky, Alabama, with Ball State. Now they play Texas. I mean, they've been giving up points though. That's the only problem with Vandy. Like their defense is poo-poo.
And that's the exact reason why I love the over in this game.
I think that 51.5 is
yeah. No, that's pretty solid because I think both teams could potentially score 30, even if not that. Like one team scored like what 35, the other team scored 27. You hitting the over.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so, no, I think Texas should win this game though. If Vanderbilt somehow pulls this off, then I have to have a discussion with my inner football me, because that's not something that was on my bingo card. I'm gonna have to reevaluate if I actually know football.
No, I wouldn't say all that. It's just Vandy having a good year. I mean, Vanderbilt been down for a long time in football, but at some point, when you bring in the right coach, you start recruiting right, and you stop being like the doormat of the SEC like that. You know, they weren't going to be bad forever. They're gonna
have been bad forever though, Mick. They've been bad forever.
I mean, they done. I mean, have they had chances to compete? No. I mean, for a championship, no. But have they put out some good teams on the field? A few times. Yeah, I mean they.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. I mean, like they were bound to turn it around at some point, and this is the season where they turned it around. So I mean,
I guess you're right. But I'm gonna have to reevaluate some things because my bingo card would have been wrong a lot of times at that point. I definitely don't got Vanderbilt being a threat.
But I don't think you're wrong in that because, like, when we had discussions about the SEC, we didn't even talk about them. Nobody was expecting this from them. Like, nobody was. So, and then I think if you did, I mean, people would have called you crazy.
For real.
The game I don't want to talk about, but
I mean,
yes, we will. Florida State versus number 6 Miami.
I believe in Florida State.
21.
Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that.
I do.
Don't do that.
Bro, listen. If Florida State win this game,
I'm gonna be so. I'm gonna be so mad if they win this game.
I don't know if I've seen a more unimpressive undefeated team than Miami. Like,
yeah,
there's nothing about that record and watching their games that make me feel confident that this team can be competitive against better competition, especially when you're struggling against the competition that you're playing. Yeah, eventually you do get the win, and sometimes you get calls that go your way that help you out, but there's nothing that has been so dominant about this team that I'm like, oh, Miami, yeah, they're back type stuff. Nah, it's not that. I do think they'll win just because Florida State, I don't know what's going on with that program, but it's in complete disarray. So I think they should win.
You got a head coach that ain't a leader. He wanna be their homeboy. He wanna
And I'm
hang
gonna
out
be
and
honest with you, Miami can get the
hoop in
over
the
on
locker
their
room.
own. They won't need for the State to score more because like Miami. If you give them enough, you give Cam Ward enough times, he could put up what 6 tutties, almost 7 tutties. Like he could do that. So I do like Miami. I do like the over in this. I'm not sure about the -21 though. But yeah, I think Miami should dominate.
The one thing I will say though, in the worst moments of Florida State history, the one team we always be able to pull an upset on is Miami, and they the same for them for us.
Yeah.
So I mean, I wouldn't. Listen. If we won, I wouldn't even be surprised. It just go like it's certified. You remember like 2016, we was blowing them out, bro. We was up like 30, and we ended up winning in overtime.
Was that after the championship?
I want to say that
Or
was a Francois rookie year, if I'm not mistaken, second year or whatever.
nah, I don't think I remember that.
We
That
went
was a
up,
while
bro. We
ago.
went up like 30 to 6 at halftime, and then the game ended up being like 42 to 36 or something like that at the end. Like,
Yeah. No, I was on the road 2016, so I definitely didn't see it.
but it be games like that. Like, it's just I don't know. Like, it's something weird about that rivalry. I don't know.
I mean, in most years, I would agree with you, but Miami is they got a really good team, like especially offensively. I just don't know if you got enough offensive, spark on your team to be able to score with them. That's the problem. I mean, your secondary. I think y'all played Duke last week. I mean, y'all lost to Duke, but the corners were actually pretty good in that game. Your quarterback was just trash. That's all. But I just don't know if you have the offensive firepower to deal with them. That's my issue. Like if your quarterback was better, then I give y'all more of a chance. And most of the time, I don't love the big spreads.
Jamie, I understand exactly what you're saying, but I can name some quarterbacks that's played for Florida State that beat Miami, and you'd be like, who? It just happens, bro. Like it's a weird
Hey,
rivalry,
Smitty,
bro.
what's the true freshman name? It's Luke, right?
Yeah, Luke Cromenhoek.
Yeah, start Luke, though. Brock ain't got it.
I mean,
I
they
don't like
both
Brock.
the quarterbacks last week. That's what they
Luke played better. Luke played better.
Yeah, Luke played better, but when we came out in the second half, they went with Brock. And that motherfucker, bro, he ain't it, dog. Like he unravels so fast.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I told you before I didn't want to see Brock on the field. I'd rather them to get the Jackson kid, that's on the walk on. Yeah, he on our practice squad. I'd rather get him.
Yeah, I mean, I just think y'all in a tough spot, man. It's not a game I expect y'all to compete in or win. I do expect the over to hit though, because I think there's going to be some points scored. So I'd expect it to go over. I always say, man, 21's a lot, but Miami offensively, they have the capability of covering that. It's just the defense that concerns me because the defense is not that good. I mean, they've been shown to be able to be scored upon. So that, like, if you're going to take the -21, I mean, do it while you hold your breath, man. Because
I'm gonna tell you, be safe. Look, smart better. I probably gonna have Miami on my ticket today on the money line, but I'm not touching that 21. Listen, I know this rivalry enough to know that 21 ain't safe. I'm not touching that shit. I'm taking the 54.5 over. I'm taking Miami money line. Leave me out of that point spread because no matter how bad either one of these teams is, points in this game is just like a Alabama Georgia game. It's just you can't predict that shit. I would stay with it personally.
Yeah. But I mean, like, if you could take some prop, like Cam Ward, I take his yards and his touchdowns. I mean, he gonna put up them. Like they throw the ball enough to where I mean, he's gonna be able to put up the yards. I mean, and, like they want to with Cam, they want to throw the ball. That's what they've been doing all season.
Listen, if Cam can listen. The only way Florida State winning this game, bro, Cam gonna have to give me a multitude of turnovers, and we're gonna have to somehow find a running game that we couldn't find all season. So that's the only way I see Florida State even competing in this game. We haven't had a running game, so that's why I kind of want Luke in. At least he damn athletic, bro. He can at least get outside the pocket and make a couple plays. You know what I'm saying? He can buy some time. Brock is a damn statue, and he's not confident. You can't go in a game like this, and not be confident, especially not in Miami. You going to Miami too, like you put Brock in
I
there,
just don't.
we can blow it out. We can blow it out, 100%.
My problem with Brock is he makes the same mistake over and over. It's the same mistake, and he stares down his wide receivers. He's not mobile, and then it's like a bad incompletion can derail him. You know what I'm saying? Like it doesn't even have to be a turnover. Like if he throws the ball in the dirt to the running back rolling out the backfield, you see it in his face like he just I don't know, man. It's like somebody else. It's like Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. Like it's a completely different person. And it's like he just gets stuck there,
Well, it
you
goes to
know,
the
and
fact that he don't got a lot of experience, and what is he like? He's a freshman, right? Or is he?
redshirt freshman.
Redshirt
He
freshman year.
played a little bit last year.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, yeah, that's good. That's just gonna be kind of tough.
But the true freshman come in and he looked better. You know, it's like it's crazy. He looked more confident. He looked like he understand the offense better. Shit just going a little too fast for him. You know what I'm saying? Like it, it's he's not used to that speed. You know, he a true freshman, so he was in high school last year. Um, but at least you see him, you know, going through his progressions and shit, and he be trying to do something. So I don't know why they pulled him, but you know, fuck it, man. I ain't gonna do. I was about to say something. I'm so mad at these niggas. I almost said something crazy.
Let's get off this before I get PTSD. Number 8 LSU versus number 14 Texas A&M. Texas A&M favored by 1. The over under is 54.5. I think this should have been another even line, like I said last week about a couple of games. Like this should have been even. I don't see why Texas A&M is favored by any. I don't give a damn that they home. I got LSU with the win too. Give me LSU money line, or give me their quarterback passing yards. Yeah, that's all I'm taking. Go
Listen,
ahead,
all I'm
Pop.
gonna say is with weeks. All right, the white linebacker we got has been playing outstanding ball the last few weeks. In my opinion, he's the reason why we've won the last couple of games because of plays that he's made. The defensive side of the ball has been playing outstanding. They have been some miscues, but for the most part, they've been playing pretty good ball. The offense, though, this has been my issue all season. They take too long getting going sometimes in games, which puts you down by like 10, 14 points. And now you have to try to claw your way back into the game to make it competitive. So then you're starting to force throws. That's when you get the turnover and stuff like that. Eventually, it seems like they make second half adjustments and then the offense starts to click a lot better. Um, the problem I had with LSU last week is we abandoned the run, in my opinion, too soon. There was too many opportunities where I thought if we just keep running the ball to wear down Arkansas's defense, that'll open up play action. That'll open up those plays down the field that you're trying to hit. And this is what you have to do against, I think, a very good A&M defense. You have to do that because this is a defense that's going try to stop the run. They gonna look for them turnovers. They gonna hit you. They're physical. And so our offense has to perform clean as possible. The good thing is the line hasn't given up any sacks. So that's been a very good positive. They've kept a clean pocket for Gus. So I like us to win. The over, that's possible. Um yeah, but I do like LSU to edge it out, specifically take over the game in like maybe the latter part of the third quarter, fourth quarter.
J-Mick.
I like LSU in this game. I said it last week. I mean, a couple weeks ago, I was completely wrong about Texas A&M in one of them games. But I do like LSU in this game. I mean, the funny thing about these two teams is like when you get these two teams at home in a night game, either at Texas A&M or you know Baton Rouge, like it'd be the atmosphere would be insane. It'd be freaking insane at these like two different stadiums that night. So I mean, the crowd will play an impact on the game, but the thing is, like, I mean, LSU's quarterback is playing so well right now, that I just don't know if Texas A&M secondary can deal with him. I mean, like the one good thing about Texas A&M is like they have a really good D line. So if they can get pressure on the LSU quarterback, then they'll be in business. But even saying all that, like I'm gonna pick LSU money line in this game. Like I think they have a great opportunity to win this game. It's going to put them in a good position when they got to play Bama next week. If they can beat Texas A&M this week and they can beat Bama next week, I mean, they are national championship contenders because they only have one loss. And that was the very first game of the season. So
which is against a very good team. I mean, at this point, right?
Yeah.
USC,
I mean, USC.
Oh no, it was USC. I thought it was SC.
Nah.
USC.
Oh no, never mind. That's a
good,
bad loss. That's a bad loss.
Absolutely trash either. They're
Michigan
perfectly mediocre.
That's a bad lose. That's a bad loss for how y'all playing right now, Pop.
To be fair,
Compared to
when's the
them.
last time we won the first game of the season?
It's been a while.
It was our championship run. That was literally the last time we won the first game of the season.
Yeah, so I mean, but yeah, like I mean, I think they're gonna win. I don't know about the over, the under, because Texas A&M can kind of stifle you sometimes, and just the kind of the way they play the game, in terms of like their style of play. So 54.5. I mean, it could get up there. I mean, like the Tiger game last week, like, I thought that was going to be over when they played Ole Miss, and it wasn't. So
I
just
would try to drop it down from 50 to like maybe 40 something. If I can, I'll try to drop that line down because I do agree, J-Mick, that Texas A&M, like, to score more than like 27, like that defense got wore down because the way they play is just too physical.
Yeah, so I mean, like I think last week I took them I took them under, it was like under 52. And I mean, like the game, I think they scored like mid 40s or like high 40s. So like it still hit. But yeah, you got to be careful that with them and their style of play. I mean, the game could definitely go over. 54 just means that LSU would have to score 30, and like Texas A&M score 27. I mean, that'll get you over. I'm just not 100% confident. I mean, with my own coin to tell you that. So just like kind of just if you want to bet the over under, just kind of like what Pop said, like I would advise dropping it to like an alt spread, not alt spread, but like an alt points situation. Maybe somewhere around 45, 46. I mean, like, obviously doing that, I mean, like the odds aren't going to be as great to make money, but I mean, like you rather hit, if you're going to bet on it, like you rather hit it than I mean, not to hit it. So.
All right, man. So we got the Thursday night football game. Vikings 20 versus Rams 30. I made the smartest decision I made all fantasy football. I started Puka Nacua. Boy, I put Puka in off the just sheer fact it was his first game back, and he went crazy for me. I appreciate it.
Man, you was lucky, man.
Hey, man, listen. I didn't have any other hopes at that moment. I was just like, look, I'm trying to save my season. I'm 500. I need a win. I threw Puka in. He got me 30 points. You know what I'm saying? I'm cool with that. I'm cool
I
with
mean, but
that.
my question is like, what is it with Matthew Stafford? Like, you got two good wide receivers. Like, you can't throw to both of the guys at the same time. Like, why does he always zero in on one guy, and that's the only guy he'll ever
That's
throw?
just been him, man. It doesn't matter where is he. Whoever the one is, he gonna force feed it. Whoever he thinks the one is, he gonna force feed him.
His guy is his guy. He gonna get that thing force fed.
Hmm.
Yeah, I mean,
That's for
that's
sure.
the thing I just don't get because it's not like you don't got Cooper Cup. You got Cooper Cup on the other side. You always throw the Cooper Cup, but he'll lock in on one guy, and that's the only guy he's throwing to.
I think Cooper Cup had like significant plays. I don't even remember his yards, but I only remember like seeing him catch like one big play.
It was definitely less than whatever the line for him was.
And he
But
caught a
look,
touchdown.
Pop, I watched the game, but like just trying to remember. I only remember like one time where it was like third and long, where I remember hearing like, "Oh, Cooper Cup with the reception for first down." I only
There
remember
was
it
a
once.
couple of plays like two cup, but either the DB made a great play or Cup caught the ball out of bounds or it was negated by penalty. So that was what happened with Cup a couple of times.
Sir, this one, sir, usually tap in. He ain't got nothing to say about his old
I had my
rivals.
damn headset muted and I didn't know it. Um, yeah, man. I wasn't sure if Sam Donald. I thought Sam Donald would be able to sustain what they was asking him to do because they really wasn't asking him to do much. Um, it wasn't like he was hitting window throws or getting to like his second or third progression routinely. He was on time. He did hit his primary target a lot, and that's what you're supposed to do. But it seems as if defenses are they're starting to have trouble hiding him now. You know, at first it looked like he was going to be more so a weapon, but I feel like they're hiding them, and that defense it doesn't play this. You can't play the same if you don't have a lead. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't keep blitzing like he Flores did he did a pretty good job, man. He was mixing it up a lot. I saw them crowding the line of scrimmage and then, you know what I'm saying, like it looked like they bring in three extra and then two on drop back, you know. So he was mixing it up, but the Rams, man, they got their crew back. And it's hard to stop that offense, man. Like it's so ugly, it's so dink and dunk. It's below dink and dunk, to be honest with you. Because Stafford was like 13 for 15 in the first half and he had 89 yards. I was like, that's crazy. This motherfucker had 13 completions and only has 89 yards. Like, how the fuck does that even happen? But it's like it's like drag routes and bubble screens and it's
High
completely
percentage
yak
throws.
dependent. Yeah, yeah. But then it's like in the fourth quarter they kind of switch it up a little bit. They start throwing it over the top. You know what I'm saying? They start targeting motherfuckers that haven't been playing like Tutu and Robinson and shit. You know what I'm saying? That's just like Sean McVay is real crafty, man. Like he's a really good game planner. Um, it was a good game. I was more disappointed with Minnesota than I was surprised with the Rams. I know what the Rams gonna look like when they got their people. You know what I'm saying? And they just got them back. You know, so this offense. And you already, yeah, motherfuckers thought they was gonna have Puka on the snap count. I don't know who told that lie. Because
See,
I was like, bro, this motherfucker Sean McVay, I mean, not Sean McVay, but Matthew Stafford, he's going to force feed his number one option. Period. If Puka is on that field, Puka is gonna get that fucking ball.
Facts.
I
Facts.
mean, the ones who fed you that the ones that fed you the lie was the team. That's who fed you the lie.
Yeah. I don't know why motherfuckers believe that. Cause I was in the space saying, boy, y'all better. I forgot who it was. Leo was asking me should he start Puka, and I was like, you'll be a fool if you didn't.
Bruh, like I'm looking at my roster, right? I ain't gonna even lie, I'm a little upset though, because I did cut Demarius Robinson to take Puka off of IR and he got 2 touchdowns. But
Yeah.
well.
I mean, but that's not. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be somebody new every week. You know what I'm saying? So next week it'll be Tutu. You know what I'm saying? Or I forgot it was what's the motherfucker with the dreads that they
Whittington.
drafted? Yeah, it might be him. You know what I'm saying? Because it was like a week or two before it was him. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I don't know. That's like throwing darts in the dark.
Yeah, because I think I had to run what so like in that game, like I ran a touchdown parlay, right? I mean, so I took what Kyron, because I mean Kyron gonna score every week, bro. Like I mean, when they get down there, the goal line, like he getting the ball. So I had him, I had Cup. So I was good. I was good on the Ram side, and then on the Viking side, like I had picked what on Aaron Jones, Addison, and Jefferson to score touchdowns. And this dude Sam Darnold, when he's throwing the ball to Jefferson the whole way down the field, and then when he get down to the end zone, he want to throw to these dudes that no one expects to score. Man, that shit pissed me off. I was just like, man, please. But I mean, when it comes to the Vikings, man, I'm not really surprised that they lost the game. Like, I mean, like with the
I'm
Rams,
not either.
coach being McVay. I mean, McVay can scheme it up, bro. Like he's a real like. There's a reason why people like consider him one of the best coaches in the game right now because that's kind of what he is. And I don't even think it's so much figuring out Sam Darnold. Like I think Sam Darnold, he played pretty well. I mean, he didn't turn the ball over. You know, I mean that I can remember. He didn't throw a pick. He didn't fumble. I mean, he played all right. I just think it came down into the second half when they got down the red zone. They couldn't score touchdowns. They was kicking field goals, and that's what the difference was in the game. And just to touch on the controversy, the last call of the game where Sandar got his face mask grabbed and it was right in front of the ref and the ref ain't call it. Look, I'm not saying that if you make that call that the Vikings win the game, but at least give them boys a chance to make the correct
Yeah.
call, which everybody doesn't see. At least make the call and give them boys the ball at their own 25 with about a minute and 40 to go. At least give them a chance to go down and try to tie the game. I'm not saying they would have. But you kind of took that away from them, and they didn't even get a chance to actually tie
Yeah.
it. So
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know how they missed that shit, bro.
I mean, like
That don't even make sense.
the ref was standing right there. Like it's not like
Two of them.
I'm just like, come on, man.
And it was two different angles, and both of them were clear.
Yeah.
So I'm just, you know,
Just,
I don't know, man. I don't know. Officiating this year has been awful.
it's not been good. And you know, my biggest issue was you can call every illegal formation call on like every play they've been calling, but the one obvious call that you can't make in front of your face, you don't make. Because I was like, come on, I mean, like these dudes been refereeing for a long time, so you trying to tell him the quarterback sitting in the pocket, he getting tackled, and his whole face mask go to the side, and you're not wondering why that is. Like, come on now.
See, my thing is, at least like if he had threw the flag, they could have reviewed it and were like, oh no, that wasn't a face mask. You know, that new thing that they're doing. But nobody even threw the flag, so it's not reviewable.
Yeah, but the thing is, like, I mean, like, I don't even understand, like, you know, I mean, like, they have like this assist thing, and they have like New York will buzz them or talk to them on their little headset and say, hey, this is like, isn't that the whole point of having that is to make sure you get the right call and
Yeah,
still get the right
I,
call.
I think personal fouls should be an exception. You know what I'm saying? Like if a player do something after the play that's unsportsmanlike conduct, New York should be able to call in, or like with the face mask, that will be a personal foul. Face mask, 15 yard. automatic first down. Uh, that should be something that they can call in New York. You know what I'm saying? Like I just don't like if we're gonna do it, let's do it. Like what's the point of having this shit if we're gonna half-ass use it?
And then there's that, and then the funny thing is that's a scoring play. And so to me, if you're gonna say that people can't, coaches can't challenge scoring plays and to go to the booth, then why not look at that as a scoring play and say, hey, it's a scoring play, face mask, change the call. But I mean, it just didn't. So I mean, I guess it was what it was. I guess. Shoot. I don't know.
All right, so we got Jets versus Patriots. Jets favored by 7. Over under is 40.5. It's a close game though. I like that it's not they ain't got y'all down so bad though, Mick.
I mean, we're 7.5 dogs at home. Essentially, we're 10-point dog. Like that's what we are. I mean, I'm sick of trying to pick my team in these upset situations. These niggas lose. Like, I'm not doing that no more, man. And for me, I'm not a heavily superstitious kind of guy because I believe I'm gonna watch the game and I don't play in the game, so I ain't got no impact on the game. I mean, but I'm done picking my team to win. So I'm gonna pick the Jets. Money line. I mean, my team cannot stop the run. Have not been able to stop the run the last 3 weeks. Like the Jaguars literally run the ball 15 straight times on us, and we couldn't stop it. And I do understand the Jets don't really run the ball. They want to have the ball on Aaron Rodgers. I get all that. But I mean, we faced T-Law, and T-Law hadn't been playing good, and they just ran the ball. Like literally just ran it. And they even had their starting running back. I mean, Bigsby's a good back, but he's not their starter. And they just kept running it and running it and running it. And for me, if I'm the Jets OC, I just run the ball to the Patriots stop it. And the Patriots haven't shown that they can stop it. So that's what I would do until they can stop it. And then offensively, I mean, Drake May's been good. Like I really got no complaints about Drake May. First game he had 3 turnovers. Last game, I mean, he proved upon that. He didn't. I mean, he had some like turnover worthy plays. But the Jags just dropped the ball. So he's getting better every week. He's playing good. But the problem is that's not enough. Because it's like turmoil and like our wide receiver room where you got KJ Osborne, who like a reporter asked him a question and it's kind of like he's shading towards he wants to be traded. And then Polk got a concussion and Polk having a problem catching the ball and all that. So I mean, it's just turmoil. And then my coach, see, this is what I'm about to say about the Patriots, right? The coach is a rookie coach, never been a head coach before. He come out during the week and call the team's performance soft, or they're playing soft. However you want to phrase it, whatever you want to phrase it as. And my thing is, I don't really have a problem with you calling the players soft, but not really. But the issue is, if you go out in this game and they play just as bad as they did last week, like you have a serious problem on your hands. Because it's like, I mean, if he calls them soft and they come out and they play hard and they win, cool. Then there really no issue. I mean, like you motivated the team, like the team bought in and they play well and they won. But if you don't win the game and you call them soft, you're gonna have a serious problem. So I mean, like that's what I'll say about that.
I think like it's his comments could have been taken out of context too. Like what I'm saying, he did say what he said, right? But like you said, if it doesn't motivate the players to come out, and I ain't even saying get a win, if they don't look like they coming out with some enthusiasm, some fight, some dog, I mean, if they don't look like they're ready to compete, I mean, yeah, you could be in a position where you lost the locker room early in your career because you might have said some controversial things to players and they didn't take it the right way, right? But like, I don't think the Jets have been overwhelmingly good either. I mean, I'm not in the persistence of saying like the Jets should beat y'all bad because I mean, what y'all had like 17 wins in a row before last month or so. So the Jets are trying to get it together too. They don't really have a consistent offense. Their defense is very lackluster at this moment compared to what we perceive them to be. I think the Jets should win this game, right? I think Devontae Adams and Garrett Wilson, Braylon Allen, Breece Hall. I think those guys should play well, but I honest to God, truth, I made my parlay yesterday. I didn't touch this game. I didn't. I don't trust the Jets. Like I just don't. I don't. I mean, they should have. It's like 3 or 4 games where I trusted them. I put my money on them, and they didn't come out and play good football.
I hear you, but I think this is a game where they can get it together. Because the Patriots can't stop the run. I believe Brees Hall had a nice. It wasn't a great game the first time they matched up, but he had a solid game, and I think this is a game where you can get that running game going. You can use Brees Hall. You can use Braylon Allen, and then this is another week with Devontae being in that system. So you can start, I think you can start building some type of consistent play. You saw what he brought to the team when they played the Steelers. I don't know what's going on with Garrett Wilson because to me, he just seemed like out of sorts in that Steelers game. So I don't know if it was a mental thing or what, but I think this is a game where you could take advantage of Wilson in the slot. Just get him in space and let him make plays. I think the Jets started working Conklin more into the system as well. So like, hey, this is a game where I think the Jets offense can get it together, and I think the Jets defense can take advantage of the fact that this is only May's third start ever. So I think they could take advantage of that, and hopefully that defense, especially that pass rush, can make a difference in this game for them. And I do like the Jets to win. Um, and I'll also take the over because even with like May's turnovers, he's been able to put up points. He's been able to make those plays. I think Hunter Henry is thriving in the Patriots offense with May, so he's been a big boost for their offense. Um, so yeah, I like the over in this game as well because I think both offenses can put up over 20 points.
So certified talking, you muted, bro.
Oh, my bad. Yeah, I have my damn headset muted again. Um, nah, man. I don't know, dog. This game, like, just looking at the shit, you gonna say yeah, the Jets gonna win. The Jets don't look like they are. I don't know what the fuck the Jets doing. They gave up what 27 2 weeks ago, and then 33 last week or 34 last week or some shit. Like that defense looks awful, man. And it's like I feel like Aaron Rodgers has been anointed the spokesman for the team and shit. And it's like 1 minute he's pushing he 1 minute he don't want to celebrate, he pushing the coach, talking about, let's go and all this other shit. And then he talking about, oh, let's go out there and let's have fun. And let's have it. I don't even understand what the fuck he be talking about half the time now. Like, I think this nigga be higher than I be. Um, but yeah, I just don't know. Like, where the fuck is this team going, man? Like, what are they doing? It's like I'm getting frustrated with the fucking Jets, man, because it's like what y'all doing, man? You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's like and it's a division game, so I'm struggling to think of something good to say about New England, but it's a division game, so and who the fuck trusts you? You trust the Jets? Who trusts the Jets? Exactly.
I don't trust the Jets.
Jay, Mick, you on mute.
Oh, yeah, no. I was just saying, like, yeah, I ain't never trusted just a day in my life, but I also don't trust the Patriots' run defense either, though. So, I mean, I really don't trust either one of these teams. Somebody got to, well, I shouldn't say somebody got to win the game. I mean, the game can't end the tie, but theoretically, somebody should win. Somebody got to win the game.
Yeah, theoretically, somebody has to win the game, but as you just said, it can end in a tie.
Yeah.
All right, so we got Eagles versus Bengals. Bengals favored by 2.5, over under 47.5. I ain't gonna do it. I'm gonna be very humble. This should be a good game. This should be a good game. Hey man, give Saquon some running yards. Let's get it together. Yeah, I don't really know what to say, man, because I really at this moment, this is like the one moment I want to be like the super homer of the show and say I'm finna beat the dog shit out the Bengals. You know what I'm saying? I'm finna
You
run up in their
should.
shit.
Yeah.
I'm finna slap them in their mouth. I don't see
Mm-hmm.
how if they don't have Jamar Chase doing every damn thing they compete with my team. That's how I really feel. But I'll be humble and say it's gonna be a good game.
All right, since you won't do it, I'm gonna do it. Listen, Saquon about to go crazy on his defense. All right, he gonna have that game. Like, first of all, I was wrong about Saquon against the Giants. I was wrong. Listen, he put in work against that Giants defense, and you know what team couldn't put in work against that Giants defense? The fucking Bengals. That's who couldn't. And Saquon can do that against that Bengals defense. Like, if listen, I also think AJ Brown can have a game. I he's such a physical wide receiver. I don't.
Yeah.
To me, the Bengals don't have a DB. I think can out physical him, especially at the catch point. Smitty, he like if y'all work him in the slot, he could put in damage there. Like I just think offensively, the Eagles, especially with y'all being healthy now, y'all can take advantage of the deficiencies this Bengals defense has. On the other side of the ball, though, that if y'all are able to stop Jamar Chase, I think you'll be able to win the game. Because without Jamar Chase having like a very productive game, you see how the offense kind of flounders. Um, the Bengals aren't necessarily great at running the ball, but they do have. I think Chase Brown is their best running back. I know Zach Moss is over there, but to me, the most dynamic of the backs is Brown. So I think he can give them some production. But to me, you're just getting outside of Chase and Higgins, you don't really have consistent play behind them. And if you're able to take at least one or both of them out the game, I just don't see this Bengals offense like being that dynamic that we saw when they played the Ravens.
Yeah, like this is why I be like when we have these off-season talks and you want your franchise putting franchise tags on people, like the Bengals is the grade A reason why you don't do that. Because T. Higgins didn't start the season because he had a quote unquote hamstring. He didn't play the first 2 or 3 games. And now they're talking about T. Higgins got a quad injury in practice. So he might not
He questionable. Yeah.
He questioned, like, this is the reason why I be telling folk, oh, well, we got him. We got a franchise. Like, you don't want to use that franchise tag because these players, any chance they get, any
He
little
can sit out.
they're not going to play. And I mean, honestly, I don't blame T because you see what happened to Brandon Ayuk last week. Brandon Ayuk tore his ACL. Thank God he got paid. Tore his ACL, and now he out for the season. And I mean, it's just, like ACLs nowadays are not like they were 20, 30 years ago where your career is over. Your career's not over, but these are the reasons why players be holding out and be wanting their money, wanting to guarantee money because of situations like that. Like we are watching a sport that's 100%, injury rate. Everybody gets hurt. It's just when is your time to get hurt? And so you got T, like T's like, fuck it, like I feel like my quad, my quad got tweaked, so screw it, I'm not gonna play. And that's what you got. But I don't know. Even if he did play, like I still got the Eagles, man. Like give me the Eagles plus the 2.5 just to be safe about it. I think the Eagles are starting to ramp it up on offense. I mean, they're starting to understand that they need to feed Saquon the ball. because if you feed him the ball, I mean, you could run your offense because I mean, like let's face it, they got Jalen Hurts. I mean, they could run read option with him and Saquon, which I thought going into the season was going to be lethal. Like, and it still has the capability to be lethal. And then not just those two guys, but you have AJ Brown and Smitty, and then you got the tight end, Goddard when he's healthy. He's just not healthy right now.
He'll probably be back next week.
Yeah, so you got a lot of
but that boy Cal. Listen, I ain't gonna lie. I like Cal Katerra like in the passing game.
Oh, for real?
Like, a little bit more.
Okay.
He's a little faster. He got a little bit better vision. Like Goddard is physical, so he gonna hit you with the stiff arm. He gonna get to the sideline. But to me, like with Goddard in the pass game, I be biting down on my teeth because I'm always scared he gonna get hurt.
Yeah, so it's just like I don't know. Like the Bengals need to win because they need to kind of keep track with the Steelers and the Ravens because both them teams I think both teams are 5-2, so they're kind of like they're not out of the division yet because they found a way to beat the Browns last week, which I mean that ain't really saying a whole bunch, but they found a way. They won that game. So if they can win this game, like they're right in like the division hunt. But I don't see it. Like I just think the Eagles have too much. I think the only thing the Bengals can really do is that in the first quarter that like they jump on the Eagles early because the Eagles haven't really scored in the first quarter like that. I think that's the best chance they have. But we got to break them damn wolves this week. God, so I just don't see it, man. I mean, I just see the Eagles winning the game. I like the plus 2.5. And then I also like the over in this game because I think there's going to be a good amount of points scored too.
Go ahead, sir. On you.
I don't understand this line. This makes no sense to me. This should be like Eagles -9 or 8 or something. The Eagles are the healthiest they've been since like training camp. And they should dominate them. I'm not necessarily saying that the score will be close, but I want to see something from Philly this week against Cincinnati. They got the crew back on offense. They should punch on Cincinnati, man. Now
I think the reason they got the spread like this is because my left tackle.
Because who?
My left tackle.
Magliotta?
Yeah, Jordan Mailata.
Mailata, yeah. I was close. Listen, even still, I mean, Saquon, Goddard, AJ be out there boxing niggas out like Otis Thorpe. Like he really be out there playing basketball, yo. Like just boxing niggas out. That's it. And then he go up. He got the hand-eye coordination. You know what I'm saying? It's like half the time when Jalen throw the ball, AJ ain't even look back yet. You know what I'm saying? But he can locate the fucking ball.
And them late hands is crazy. That's what's crazy.
Yeah, and then it's like once he lock on to where the ball is, it's pretty much a wrap, dog, because he about to box you out. And he has the coordination to like absorb that physical contact while he's running full speed and looking straight up in the air. You know what I'm saying? Like he's so fucking strong, like that contact don't even throw him off. He kind of pushing you out the way. He ain't even looking at you. It's like it's running. It's really. I mean, once you throw that shit up there, it's if the safety don't come over, I don't know what you can do to stop that shit.
I did a little show on Thursday with a Bengals fan. If y'all want to go on the page, y'all definitely can check it out. He said he feel confident in his matchup with Cam Taylor-Britt versus AJ.
Man, that sounds crazy.
Is this the one I saw get cooked by Zay Flowers?
I ain't taking nobody over AJ, dog.
I mean,
it ain't a cornerback in this league that I'm gonna go with over AJ Brown.
I said
on the island.
sure? He said
with no safety help, just On the
He said
island?
you
Nah.
might beat him. You might beat him 1 or 2 times, but Cam Taylor Britt gonna come out on top. I was like, all right. I hope you put him out there. Then I want to see that. I mean, that would be definitely something I want to tap
I'm not
in
even
and see.
sure if he could cover Smitty all the way. To be honest,
That's what I'm saying.
I don't.
Like,
It's a bold statement. We about to find out.
we'll see. I just don't think, like, looking at the games that I have of the Bengals, I just don't think he's gone against the physicalness that AJ Brown brings to the game.
Yeah.
I just don't think he has. Like, so this will be an interesting matchup to definitely see, can he hold up against him? I don't think so, but maybe, he proves me wrong. I just don't see it at this moment.
I really think Cam Taylor Britt better matchup would be against Smitty, if anything.
But I don't even know he could stop Smitty. That's my point. I'm not convinced of that either.
I ain't saying he can stop him, but I think that's his better
And I think
chance.
he could give Smitty problems on certain routes, but I wouldn't bet on him shutting.
I'm kind of with Cert. Like, I don't know if there's a corner in the league I'm putting on an island with AJ Brown and saying, "Hey, 1-on-1, stop that man."
Even PS2.
Maybe PS2. Maybe. You can kind of see how that go.
It depends on the route with PS2. It depends on the route with PS2. Like, if PS2 can get the right leverage on AJ, then I think they can go stride for stride.
Yeah, but the problem with AJ is, if AJ is running that end of that slant, bro, you're not stopping that. You're not.
He'll put you on his back. He gonna turn his back. He gonna box you out, and then he gonna catch that.
That's what I'm saying. Like, if he running them that slant of that end route, unless you're playing zone, good night, because he probably gonna catch that thing 9 out of 10 times.
All right, so we got this kind of surprising line too. We got Packers versus Jags. Packers favored by 4, over under 49.5. I was surprised that the Packers wasn't favored by more with how bad, you know what I'm saying, the Jaguars have looked as of recently. I know it's at home, but I still would have thought they still would have been way lower than this.
I think it's a lot to do with the game being in Jacksonville.
That's what I'm saying. But I thought even with it in Jacksonville, they'd be like 10.
So they got a squirrel on the field at the Ole Miss game. Okay.
Can he play better than the Oklahoma quarterback? Oh, my bad.
OU quarterback just threw for a touchdown though.
He waking up. He done put his shoes on.
It's 7-7 right now. I'm saying. But I think the line got a lot to do with the game being in Jacksonville, man. Because you got a cold weather team that just played in Green Bay. Obviously it's not the middle of winter, but you got to go down to Florida. Florida's warm right now. I think they got a lot to do. Like, it's got a lot to do with it. I still like the Packers though, man. Like, the Jags beat a bad team. The Patriots are a bad team, so I'm just call it what it is. So they beat us. But the Packers is a way step up in competition. Like, let's be honest. The Packers are a much better team than the Patriots. They got a lot better talent. The defense is better than ours. Offense is better than ours. They're gonna be tough for Jacksonville, man. Like, you're gonna have to stop the running game. You got to stop the passing game. And then the Packers got a safety who's, if I'm not mistaken, if he hasn't gotten an interception in every game, it's like he's only not gotten an interception in one.
He's averaging one in every game, but I think he missed a game, but he had 2 in one game.
That's what I'm saying. So it's like, it's gonna be a lot tougher for them. It's gonna be tough sledding for them. And that's kind of why I do like the Packers in this game. And the style of play the Packers play, it's gonna allow you to get the over. So I do like the over in this game, 49.5. Jordan Reed hasn't gotten in the end zone in a couple of weeks, so I do like Jordan Reed to get in the end zone for them. The Jaguars, I'm not sure about the run game situation because I know that.
Hey, Spody, I see you was in the comments. Is ETN back?
Yeah, that's about to say. I don't know if he's back. He's questionable this week, so they're not solidly back yet.
I seen it in the comments, so that's why I asked.
Yeah, but I'm gonna go with BT. So
there's nowhere in the world he can see out that eye. It is no way in the world he can see out that eye.
Either got his eye closed.
Man, that shit is closed. And the ref said he did one of these little joints where he kind of uh put his hand over his eye, but he did the number over here instead of over here. And dude was like two, and I was, bro, come on, bro. He cannot see out that eye. That shit is completely shut.
It's
And
okay.
which
He
part is
can go
this?
into 2 minutes and 29 seconds. That's a.
And which fight is this?
It's a prelim. Who is it? Who fight the
Rebecca
prelim?
versus or Labai.
Some
I don't.
What
I
Japanese.
you
don't.
what you got it for? What you got it for? Pop? You got it over the half mark.
Yeah, yeah, 1.5. Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead.
Um,
Whoever was next.
Let me see. The Packers are playing good ball right now, and the Jaguars, man, they had a good outing last week. It's the NFL. I get it. The Patriots are down, but it's still the NFL. They perform. They did what they were supposed to do. Okay. Now the Packers are coming town. So, you know, what's up? What we gonna do? I just need some consistency from Jacksonville. And the Packers are playing good ball, but they just okay to me.
It ain't popped off the screen like people made it seem it would.
Yeah, it's not, and y'all already know how I feel about Jordan Love. So you know, uh, I feel like he's gonna find a way to keep good teams in the game with the Packers because Jordan Love. I feel like teams are focusing in on uh stopping the run and forcing the ball in his hands more. And Jordan Love is going to throw an interception. That's just that
What was
it
it
is what it
last?
is.
Listen, I ain't gonna lie. I don't know what week it was, but I was like watching the game, and Jordan Love threw a pick, and I looked up at the screen. I was like, I bet you're certified talking shit, right? Bro,
But
because
look what happened. He
it was
threw
like a
three
good
picks. They
drive
listen.
too.
They won that game. He threw three picks, but you saw when the picks came was on those drives where they stifled the run and they
Mm-hmm.
forced the ball in Jordan Love's hands, and he made a mistake.
I was
I think one
saying
of them was a tip ball, but two of
it
them
was like
joints was awful.
the first one I seen was like they was running good, and then I guess Josh Jacobs get the carry. He go for negative. He go for like -1. Then they try like an outside run. He get like 2, and then it was like third and maybe 9 or 10. He had to like force one of them things for the first. He forced it right into the hands of the defender. I said, damn. So well,
Yeah, man. He
there's
just. I think he's. Damn, that's a big ass spider. Um, I think he is actually more of what they say Jared Goff is than Jared Goff. Um, I've seen Jared Goff have to um, operate without play action until they figure it out and not turn the ball over and actually be productive. I've yet to see Jordan Love do that. Like every single time you disrupt the run game, Jordan Love has turnovers. So um, I don't know. I think it's going to be a good game.
Can the Jazz
They,
frustrate them enough to get those turnovers in?
yeah, they could, but are they? And that's where the consistency part come in for me with the Jags.
I would like to see them, do it, but I think that's going to be a difficult task. They beat the Patriots, but the Jags still, to me, just haven't got it together. They're not a good team.
Yeah, the play, how they play against bad teams, and then how they play against good competition. It's a stark difference, and that's why I think the Packers, while they're not this overwhelmingly great team, offensively, when they got it going, they get it going, and I think that's what will be the difference for me because I think Josh Jacobs will if Josh Jacobs get going, which I think he will, because to me the Jaguars aren't a great run stopping team. You can get some yardage on them in the run. So I think Josh Jacobs will have a good game. And then you just get it to the multitude of playmakers they have at the wide receiver and tight end position. The Packers can cook on offense and defensively. They've been playing really good ball for the most part. Um, and I think, especially with like Trevor Lawrence, like he hasn't really been consistent with his play. I think he played a lot better, but again, that's against the Patriots. So I don't I don't know if he'll be able to replicate that same type of performance with the Packers probably being able to take out BTJ, and so you're forced to go to Ingram, you're forced to go to Kirk, you're forced to go to whatever the Gabe Davis, you're forced to go to the other playmakers on your team. And Tank Bigsby, he's been playing really well for the Jaguars, but to me they need the dynamic back that Travis can be when healthy,
I
especially in
got
the
a question
passing
for
game.
y'all. A loss here. Do the Jaguars turn into a team that's selling?
Uh, I, potentially,
I don't know.
potentially,
I
because
don't, I don't know if we there yet.
they're
Would they
what
be
2 and
2-5?
4, they're 2 and 4 right now, right?
Yeah, if they
They'll
lose, they'd
be
be two
two
and
and
five.
five. At that point, I don't know how. I would have to look
I
at
mean,
their
it's only 1 week.
schedule.
I think 1 week left before the trade deadline. That's the only reason I asked. Like,
I don't think they're really gonna sell, in my opinion, just because some of the pieces.
they locked them into big contracts, right?
Yeah. So unless
Yeah,
somebody's able to willing to take on that the type of money these guys got, I'm not
yeah.
sure. And then they also have like a few um they have a few pieces, but I don't know like what the trade value for them
You
would be.
gas.
Because I heard somebody like I heard Teves talk about like if they lose, they looking at maybe trying to get Trayvon and shit like that. So I'm just asking.
I don't think
I
the
don't think
Jags
they'll
going
trade. I don't think they're trading
yeah,
Trayvon
they're not
Walker.
gonna get they're not getting rid of
Yeah,
Trayvon.
I don't
Yeah,
think they're.
I heard Teves say that. I was just like, I don't think they're
And I
gonna
heard,
sell Walker. Like,
man, I heard fans of teams wanting Trayvon Walker,
and,
but
and then they said Josh Allen. I'm like, bro, they just paid that man. That man ain't going nowhere.
I mean, they
That
just
He
man
played
locked
just
in.
got a contract.
in the summertime, and Trayvon was their number one over. Well, yeah, they in that draft they could have picked him or Hutchinson. They chose Trayvon.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think they're trading that guy. Just be real
No,
with you.
And
that's what I
Trayvon,
told people,
while
but
he
that's why
hasn't
I asked.
been like this overwhelmingly great player that I think people thought he'd be, he's been a really good player for the Jaguars.
And I
Yeah,
think you got a better shot at getting like Gabe Davis or something like somebody like that, or like maybe maybe one of like Bigsby. Like they're not getting rid of Bigsby, but maybe they might
but
consider getting rid of. I mean, Trevor. Like like ETN maybe.
But you know how the market go, bro. They don't people that are fans don't logically think about players that become available. Like they see one team trade, let's just say D Hop, and their aspect of what they believe D Hop is as a trade asset is different than what the NFL organization see D Hop as. They still see D Hop Texans D Hop. They still see 50-50 ball Arizona D Hop. They don't see aged, contract expiring, not really playing well, injured D Hop. They see something
This
different.
fight is crazy, though. This shit is crazy. This shit is crazy. Hey, didn't you think he had old boy out of there?
Yeah, but the way he
He
just kept
gas.
the way he just kept pursuing him and putting pressure, I said, "Oh yeah, this could potentially turn into one of them ones." And yeah,
Y'all
bro,
gotta turn this
gas
shit
that
on, though.
he took advantage of it, and he gonna get this decision win.
Yeah, who you talking about?
Rebecca and
Yeah,
or
Rebecca,
Labai,
however you say his name. Yeah,
yeah,
he
Rebecca.
he just he gonna have to go down and wait. He too big. He gassed so quick. He should have been out of there.
Well, this is a catch
Oh
weight
man.
anyway, so
Oh yeah. Oh, okay.
they
Okay.
either fight at 145 or they fight at 170. I'm not sure. So it's a catch weight at 155. So somebody because a fight was supposed to happen, but it got
Somebody
canceled.
overweight. Somebody
Yeah,
overweight.
yeah. So it became a catch weight.
So we got Titans versus Lions. Lions favored by 11. Over under is 44.5.
Man.
Titans, yeah. Shit.
These
I don't want
niggas
to
gonna
watch
be getting
this. This
dog
is gonna
walked,
be
yo.
a beating.
Yeah, they
Bro,
about to
and
mop
they
these
playing the
niggas. So
Lions at home. Listen,
Yeah,
listen.
that's gonna be pretty ugly. I'm
Hey,
not
did
gonna
y'all
lie.
hear about the Lions curse this year?
No,
what's that?
what's the
Mm-mm.
monster curse?
Every team that's played the Lions lose the following week.
Yeah, because that actually just happened with the Vikings. Somebody mentioned
Yep.
that in space on Thursday. I remember them saying that. And then
And
what
a
do you
lot of
know?
people say bet your money on the Niners this week. They believe the Cowboys gonna lose and shit.
Well,
Y'all believe
okay.
that?
Here's the problem with that theory, right? Because the Cowboys cannot stop the run, which is something the 49ers do well.
No,
Well,
everybody's saying bet on the Niners because the Cowboys.
I mean, the Cowboys ain't beat the Niners in God knows how long, anyways. Though.
I was betting on them
Yeah.
anyways, but just
Yeah, I
saying.
think we got like 4 straight on.
Yeah,
Like I do get the curse, but like some things, if you just look at it logically, I mean, it just makes sense why the team could win.
No, but I
If
did go back and do my research into the Lions curse. No, every team that's played them the next week lost for sure. Like their next game, no matter if it was a bye week or not, they
Yeah,
lost.
because if I think about it, the Bucks beat the Lions and then got smashed by the Broncos at
Yep.
home the following week. Yeah.
Yep. And then who was it? It was the Bucks, the Cardinals, Seahawks, Cowboys, Vikings all have lost a game after playing them boys.
But the
Is it something
Seahawks,
physical about the Lions, man? Is they roughing teams up? Is they the most physical team in the NFL right now? Or something?
well,
well, I'll
that's their
say
style of play. I mean, their
they are
run
a
game is a
very
power run game.
physical team. Yeah, a
Right.
very physical team. But also, just the Seahawks, they were 3-0 going into that Lions game. But look at the teams they played to be 3-0, and then look at the
Yeah.
teams they played that had better competition, and look at what their record was. And then
Right.
also they got hit with injuries on the defensive side of the ball, specifically like their linebacker position. I think like all over the defense actually they have outs, and I think they're still out 2 starting secondary players going into the game that they have. So yeah, Seahawks got injured, but also like when they played against better competition, you just saw like what it was.
But yeah, I mean, I don't expect this game to be close. I mean, like the line's been more like what I mean, like the last few opponents, man. Besides the Vikings, man, they've been beating them pretty soundly. So I expect more of the same, man. Like the Tennessee Titans are one of the worst teams in football right now.
If not the worst team in football,
Yeah, I
shit.
mean they're battling with the Panthers and the Patriots as the worst in the league. I mean, but 11 is a lot of points to lay. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, my only issue with this in the NFL is like they might be losing by 14, 17 points, and like they might score this like crash touchdown or whatever at the end, so you don't cover. I might drop the line down to 9.5. Like I take the lines 9.5. I don't know about the over either, man, because you're really going to depend on not the Vikings, but the Lions to score the majority of them points because you can't really.
Titans can't score. Who's scoring points with it?
That's what I'm saying. So you can't depend on them to score that many points to get you to the over. So I'd be careful about that. This game I see both of the Lions running back scoring. I see Gibbs and I see my scoring.
Do you think a dude like Tony Pollard obviously needed a contract, but what about like McDuffie? Do you think he's regretting not taking the discount to stay in Kansas City right now?
Oh, when you talking about Snead?
Yeah, Snead, my bad. Snead.
Nah, because he got his money.
Yeah,
I mean,
he
and
got
he went
bread.
back to back.
He won the Super Bowls. Now it's time for him to get paid.
Yeah, and I don't think he necessarily regrets it, but this is what I said when he did make the move. Is he this good in the system, or is he this good on his own? And to me, I think it's a combination of the system they run. I don't think necessarily plays to his strengths, and I don't think he's necessarily been playing his best version of himself either.
True,
But
true,
I
true.
do think like this is a game I think the Lions should dominate. Like
Yeah,
Laporta
true
should
that.
go crazy, especially with Jamison Williams being out for the next 2 games. Um, like some of them targets can go to Laporta,
I wish they
St.
would.
Brown. Listen, it's a hope. Us. Oh
They hate that nigga Laporta, man. That nigga
my
crazy.
god.
Yeah, but I think
um,
what I mean, like, dude gets suspended for 2 games. Like, I think it might be him for the next 2 games because they have one less weapon now, so they might have to go to the kid.
mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like maybe some of them targets that Jameson would have got, you get an extra 2-3 going towards Laporta. But yeah, I think this offensive line that the Lions have should dominate. And like whoever said it, like Monty and Gibbs should go crazy.
Yeah,
Like
and I think they both scoring.
yeah, I
Um,
agree.
and,
They
I took
should.
both for them for any time.
and I
Um
think Laporta should score. Like I said, Laporta should score too because, like I said, they don't have as many weapons as they did a week ago. So
yeah,
Facts.
and especially like the Titans, they're in sell mode. Like that's a team that's in sell mode clearly. And you don't have a quarterback that can get it to any of your weapons on the outside, and Ridley's now the one. Um, and I just you're not getting consistent quarterback play, and then now all you have is Tony Pollard, who y'all are handing the ball off to almost 20 times a game, and
He
Spears.
stinks.
Spears has been like up and down. I think he got injured, but Spears hasn't really been it hasn't really been that dynamic 1-2 punch we thought it could be with the Titans. And I just don't see, especially with the Lions being at home, I just don't see this game being really competitive on the Titans side. I just think this is a game that the Lions will dominate.
Hey man, brief intermission before we move forward with the slate, man. We gave out our players of the week. We about halfway through the NFL Sunday slate. Um, Listen, I gave mine to Saquon Barkley. Uh, Listen, the man showed up, showed out. He could have did more if he wanted to. He had the opportunity to come out, play some more in the fourth quarter. He didn't want no more. He cool. But 17 carries, 170 plus yards. He did his thing, man. He really showed up. They booed him on every touch, every carry. Uh, and he said something today that I was watching like the Pivot podcast, and he was like, I asked the coach, was they gonna continue to boo? He was like, yeah. He was like, all right, I'm gonna give him something to boo for. Yeah, he brought the aggression. Every Giant fan around the world should kick themselves in the face for they GM letting that man walk out the door. He had more yards by himself than the total New York Giants offense. Uh, I think Jay Mick gave his to James Conner, right?
yeah, I did. Yeah, James Conner. I mean, he's going against the Chargers defense. Chargers defense, they're this season they've been a lot better. But that didn't stop James Conner. I mean, James Conner went for he carried the ball 19 times for 101 yards. That's about an average of 5 yards a pop. And then he was also tied to be their leading receiver. He was tied with Trey McBride. He had 2 receptions, 51 yards. It don't seem like a lot, but that last reception was the last reception to get them into field goal range to win. At the the end of the game. So I mean, like it was a big catch and run for him. I mean, he had a solid game. I mean, like the Cardinals didn't have a bunch. They didn't score a bunch. They only scored 17. But I mean, he was definitely like he was definitely like important for them. And I mean, scored them 17 points. Like I said, I mean, his production was good. And you know, I mean, you don't get a lot of chance to. I mean, the Cardinals have been better this year. They're 3-4. Not just, you know, that game was the second game on Monday Night Football, so a lot of people were tuned into that game. And I mean, obviously, James Conner played for the Steelers, and then, like, you know, in free agency, he went to the Cardinals, and he's been really good for them. So I'm gonna give him my game ball of the week.
Certified, you gave yours to as you. I ain't gonna even say what you call him, but you gave it to Trent. Huh?
You low.
Yeah, you
The
sound like you
volume on
muted.
your
Pull your mic down.
mic is
Oh,
low,
okay, my
sir.
bad. I
Yeah,
didn't know we was giving out game balls.
yeah, it's like the
When
player of
we
the
was
week, like
doing.
you get
Oh,
your
I
player
didn't.
of the week.
I just thought we was just picking players as like the new thumbnail thing or whatever. I didn't know it was. Oh shit! If that was the case, I would have picked Steve Spagnuolo.
Okay, Spags. He played a good.
And they called a good game, yeah.
Yeah, good game against y'all.
Steve Spagnuolo is the best coach in the NFL. He's
Hmm.
been the best coach in the NFL for like the last 3 years.
That's not
And
something
I
you hear a
didn't say
lot.
coordinator. I didn't say coordinator. He's the best coach in the NFL. There's nobody on either side of the ball that is even close to him right now. Like he just, it's not even like the shit that blows my mind about Steve is like this defense is not the Giants defense. This is not NASCAR at all.
Right.
This defense is not the defense from 2019.
Mm-mm.
This ain't the defense from last year. It's a completely different. Like at first they was secondary dominant. Now
Mm-hmm.
they're front four dominant. You know what I'm saying? And it's this front four is not the Giants front four where they had, you know, six dudes that could play all four positions that was rotating in and out. It's pretty much centered around Chris Jones and moving him around. But it's like it's not like you say Fangio's system. It's not a system.
No.
Like he just
Coaches
scheme
well.
motherfuckers up. Yeah, dog. Like it doesn't matter if you give him talent. I don't care if it's secondary. Like for instance, what I say about um uh Vic Fangio. If he doesn't if if he doesn't have elite linebackers, his system is not the same. You know. Um but with Spagnuolo is it's like he doesn't need a specific position group at all. You know, and he just I don't know, he just schemes shit up, bro. And he should have won Coach of the Year last year. He should win it this year. But they don't give it to coordinators. But if they did, he
They
should
should
be
have a
back to
coordinator of the
back on
year.
that shit.
They should have a coordinator of the year award though. I always
Yeah.
thought so.
He's pretty fucking good, man. I think Spags might be the best
I thought
ever.
they made an award for coordinator of the year. I thought that was new, like within the last year or two.
If they do, I missed it.
Is that the SBs or is that
No,
the NFL?
I thought the NFL had a coordinator of the year or
I
something.
know, I know. College football got coordinator of the year. I don't know if the NFL has it.
Yeah, the award is given by the AP. It's called the NFL Assistant Coach of the Year.
Okay.
And last year, I don't know if that's last year, but hold on, let me read the Wikipedia. Yeah, like the award started in 2014. Last year, they gave the award to Jim Schwartz, the DC of the Browns. So yeah,
Interesting.
they have an award for that now. So
Okay. Well, I missed it.
That's
Shit.
I mean,
crazy. They
That's
gave
new
it
to
to
me.
him.
well, I mean,
I
yeah, it's
mean,
the Browns defense last year because like
yeah,
the defense.
Yeah,
at
but his
home.
road defense was kind of bad though. Like,
Yeah, road defense was giving up double the points they was giving up at home.
It's funny because it's funny because like almost everyone they gave to the award to that was a coordinator at the time is I mean, besides Greg Roman and Jim Schwartz and Vic have been coaches. Like, I mean, once they won the award. Because like Todd Bowles won it in 2014, he became a coach. Wade Phillips won it in 2015. I'm not sure if we got another coach up after that, but Kyle won it in 2016. He became a coach.
I would have
Dabo
been cool.
he became
My
a
bad.
coach. No.
I would have been cool with Ben Johnson winning it last year over Schwartz. It should have been Ben or Spags, in my opinion.
Yeah, Ben did this thing last year.
But I also think it had to do with the Browns defense the year before wasn't really that good. Well, it wasn't that great. And then when he came, he transformed the defense. So I think that's probably why they gave it to him.
All right. Well, Pop, you gave yours to Lamar Jackson. Go ahead, man. I'm gonna let Pop.
Yeah, I think what Lamar was able to do against the Buccaneers when the run game wasn't going and him making some of those throws he did, making plays to get his team in the position that they were. Um, I thought that was a fantastic game for him. I thought it was a pretty almost flawless game from him. I think he made great decisions. And I think this is the Lamar I've been wanting to see at the start of the season. And I think he's finally got it going. I think they find the Ravens offense finally figured it out. And now Lamar knows how to pilot that offense to his strengths. And what he I think what he did was pretty fantastic. So yeah.
All right. So that's our players of the week, man. Now that certified is keyed in on what we doing. His player of the week will no longer be just anybody. And he was just randomly picking people like, okay. But all right. The next game on the slate is Falcons versus Bucks. Falcons favored by 2.5. Over under is 45.5. The Buccaneers at wide receiver right now are decimated. That's gonna suck, man. No, I don't think they got no Mike Evans, no Chris Godwin. Like,
yeah, I think Mike Evans gonna be out for the next couple of weeks. Godwin's gone for the year. You're gonna have McMillan, Trey Palmer, Sterling Shepard as your wide receiver core. Moving on, and whoever else.
Sterling been kind of exciting though, low key.
I'm not gonna lie. The times I've seen him, he's been making some boneheaded plays that have put the team behind the chains. He does have some good plays, but the penalties he's been getting, to me, outweigh the positive plays that he has made. I don't know. It's rough for the Buccaneers, especially on the offensive side of the ball. Like having two of your best wide receivers out, especially the year Godwin was having, that's a big loss for them. Yeah, I think the Falcons should win just because of that. I don't know how. Yeah, I knew that was gonna happen. Yeah, I just don't see how offensively the weapons at wide receiver are going to be able to even get the type of production you were getting out of Mike Evans and Godwin. So I think because of that, the Falcons defense should take advantage of that. And the Falcons offense, they've been cooking. They did get shut down against the Seahawks, but I think this could be a bounce back game for them, especially with like the Bucks secondary not being as great as I thought outside of like Zion McCollum and Winfield. Like the other players they got, they like food back there. So yeah, I think the Falcons should win.
For me, I don't think the Bucks are in as bad position as people think. Because, like, actually, like I like Trey Palmer last year coming out to the draft. Jalen McMillan was a guy that I wanted on my team versus having Jalen Pope. So, I mean, like they have a lot of young wide receivers. It's going to take some time for them to kind of get put up the speed in terms of. I mean, they played, but obviously they were playing with. I mean, Mike, Evans and Chris Godwin. So they're gonna have to play more, which is gonna be like an adjustment period for Baker or whatnot. But I honestly don't think that their offense is really. I mean, like offensively, like they. If I was them, I'd lead more on the run. They're they have good running backs, so I don't think they have an issue there. I think my main issue with them is their secondary. Like they've been giving it up the last month a lot. And so unless they start getting pressure from their front four, to alleviate some of that pressure on the back end, I mean, it's not going to be good. And like the last time they played the Falcons, Kirk threw for over 500 yards. So I just think it's more like I think it's more on the defense to kind of step up in the absence of Mike Evans and Chris Godwin. If they can do that, I mean, they can be competitive in this game. I don't know, man. They've been giving it up to a lot of. It's not just one. They've been giving it to a lot of different quarterbacks. I do like the over in this game. Give me over 45. I think there's going to be a lot of points scored because I mean the Falcons defense ain't shutting no really people down. And neither of the Bucks, so I expect a good amount of points to be scored. Touchdowns, I expect Bijan to get in the end zone again. Like he's kind of in a nice groove. I think he scored the last 2 weeks. I expect him to get in the end zone. Out of the receivers, I think Mooney will get in the end zone this week because it seems to me like that's the guy that Kirk likes to throw to the most. And
he does like Mooney, boy. He Mooney. Sheesh.
Yeah. And then on the Bucs side, I'm gonna go with Jalen McMillan. Like I think he's gonna get into the end zone this week. I believe that'll be his first touchdown of his career. So I think that's what I like.
As far as the game, man, Atlanta should win this game, but I don't know which Falcons team is going to show up. I don't know if they're going to perform or not. My biggest problem with Atlanta is they are so inconsistent. They should have their way with Tampa Bay. They should. Tampa Bay is like a lame duck right now. The front seven is playing better now that Vita's back, of course. But I just don't see how if Atlanta doesn't turn over the ball, I just don't see how Tampa Bay keeps this competitive. But I would probably go as far as props. I can see them because of their run defense. I could see them dumping the ball down to goddamn Bijan a few times. So as long as it's not more than 3.5 on his receptions, I think I'll go with that. And I don't know, man. I ain't fucking with Kyle Pitts. I'll probably take what's my man? The quarterback, Cousins. I'll probably take his attempts and Bijan's receptions.
Okay. Pop, you went already, right? No. Okay. So we go on to Cardinals versus Dolphins. Dolphins favored by 4, over under 46.5. The return of Tua Tagovailoa. Yeah, man, it's gonna be an interesting game.
Yeah.
Very interesting game. I'm hoping. Listen, prayer. I would like to see the whole game through and through, but I like the Dolphins to win this game. I think they're gonna feel a bit of rejuvenation with their quarterback coming back. They're gonna be actually able to execute some offense that they haven't seen in a multitude of weeks. I'm definitely taking Tyreek Hill over touchdowns and receiving yards. And give me. I don't even know what's Tua line at 260 something. I don't know if I want to touch 260, but probably will.
Bruh.
I mean, 260 is a lot for first game back though.
Man, they finna spam that man. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1. It's gonna be so quick. They're gonna be so scared to let him hold the rock. It's gonna be. I'm gonna take his. I think it's attempts.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I
and
don't see why that. Go ahead. Go ahead.
no, I was about to say, I mean, I like the Dolphins in the game because I mean, when Tua comes back, the offense is just completely different. The Cardinals are coming off a big win, but they got to travel from the west to the east, and for like a 1 o'clock kickoff, and a lot of times the West team they just don't fare that well in those kind of games. And I mean, the Dolphins are starting to get healthy. I think it's a game that, like I said, they're going to win. I'll take the money line. Like I'm not going to tempt the spread. I do think that Waddle and Tyreek Hill are going to score in this game. And on the Cardinal side, and I always go with James Conner to score, man, because I mean, like the Cardinals are going to run the ball. Like that's something that they really believe in, running the ball. So I think he should be able to get in the end zone this week.
Um, I don't. I don't see why the Dolphins should be favored by 4. I get it to his back, but it's like, man, we watch the Cardinals play, man. They gonna come with a certain level of physicality that I don't think Miami is gonna be able to match on either side of the ball. You know, I think this game is gonna be a lot closer. Uh, and I until I, this just me personally, I ain't fucking with no Miami offensive props going forward because I just I don't know, man. I don't know what the fuck's gonna happen with Tua. I'm done talking about that, but um shit James Conner's attempts and yards, I'll take that. And if his receptions aren't more than 2.5, I'll take that as well. I'll probably also take Kyler Murray's rushing yards and uh ugh, that's about it. That's about it.
Um, I'm going with the Cardinals. I get Tua's
Mm.
coming back, but I'm always hesitant on like players coming back from injuries in game, like their first game back. Like maybe the Dolphins can win this game, but I just like the Cardinals, especially the way that they've been playing ball. They're finding ways to win, and the dynamicness that Kyler can have against a defense, like yeah, because to me the Dolphins defense, I don't know what it is, but it's not playing up to the standard. I do understand they have had injuries at key positions, but even before those injuries happened, they weren't playing that well. And I just think that the Cardinals, especially with Connor and Kyler putting in work and then occasionally getting into the wide receivers on the outside, I think that's a recipe for success. And the Cardinals defense, I think they've been playing better the last couple of games. I don't think they have anybody that can match up with the speed that Hill gives you, but I do think that they can create limits. Like you can't stop a player like Tyreek Hill. You could just limit him as best as possible. Try to manage him as best as possible. Um and I think that the Cardinals will be able to do that. Buda Baker been playing crazy good football as well. So yeah, I like the Cardinals in this game.
All right. Well. Ravens versus Browns. Ravens favored by 8.5. Over under 44.5. Yeah, I think this game here, Jameis Winston is starting. Could be an interesting dynamic. I don't know how much it's going to work in the Browns' favor. Um, but the Ravens playing some good football, bro. I just don't. I don't know what else to say. Like Derrick Henry and Lamar Jackson and that offense are on a burner right now. That defense playing pretty solid. So I'm gonna take the Ravens. I'm gonna even take the 8.5. Give me Derrick Henry anytime touchdown. Give me Derrick Henry
Hmm.
rushing yards. Um, give me Lamar Jackson passing yards. I think it's only like it's not even high either. It's low. Give me his passing yards. And give me Mark Andrews for an anytime touchdown. I can't. I would try to bet on Chubb, but after seeing what last week, after seeing that performance, I just don't know if he ready yet. So I'm gonna digress from messing with the Brown side of the ball right now because I don't know what Jameis Winston gives to this offense, and I don't know if Chubb or any of those running backs are healthy enough to carry the offense either. So just give me the Ravens 8.5. Give me Derrick Henry anytime touchdown, Derrick Henry yards, and give me Lamar Jackson passing yards and Mark Andrews anytime touchdown.
I mean, when I look at this game, I mean, the Ravens should win this game going away. I mean, it shouldn't really be an issue. Like, so for me to be able to compete with the Ravens when you play them, you got to be able to attack their secondary. And the Browns they don't have the quarterback or the weapons on the outside to do that. So if you can't do that, you don't stand much of a chance on, beating the Ravens. I mean, the way that they're playing. And like the Browns are just in turmoil. Like their quarterback popped his Achilles. The guy they drafted DTR, who I knew wasn't any good to begin with, drafted him, and he hasn't really been any good. And then you got Jameis, who like some Brown fans ain't really that enthused about having Jameis as their quarterback either. There's that, and then the defense has not played the same that it played last year, and that's this is how you get to 1-6 for them. And that's how you get there. Versus the Ravens, I mean, like they're clicking. Their running game is clicking. Their pass game is clicking. They're stopping the run for the most part. But like I said, like the Browns can't attack them where you got to attack the Ravens, and that's in the secondary. So yeah, I like the Ravens in this game. I like them minus the 8.5. I'm not sure about the over because, like I said, like in these situations, like to get an over, you need both teams to be able to score most of the time. I mean, like unless you get in a 50-0 kind of game, and I don't think I don't think you're gonna get that kind of game. So for me, I'm just gonna stay away from the over at 44.5.
Is Chubb back?
Yeah, he back.
Yeah.
Okay.
He had 22 yards last week on like 15 carries or something like that.
Yeah, but the Browns line ain't good either. Like they've been hurt a lot this season. So I mean, he's a good running back, but there's only so much you can do without a good line.
Yeah, true.
I think the Ravens should win, but this is a divisional road game. They do have a new quarterback coming in, so they do have the element of surprise because Jameis does have the capability of being serviceable, and I'm not sure. Um, I'm not sure the Ravens have any film with Jameis under Stefanski. So I wouldn't be surprised if this game was close. I still got the Ravens winning. I do like that. Going forward, Derrick Henry is on some CMC shit with me from last year. Like I'm taking anytime touchdown for Derrick Henry every week going forward. Um, if Lamar has an anytime prop, I'll take it. Not two. Um, um, what else? I'm probably gonna go with uh Jameis attempts. They shouldn't be that high, but he should get some attempts. And I'll probably say Njoku's um is he wait a minute, is he playing?
Yeah, he played
Njoku,
last.
I think he played last week, yeah.
He did,
Um he should be pretty active in the game with Jameis. But especially with Cooper gone, or Coop out of there, whatever. But I like the Ravens. I don't like the 8.5. I would probably take the over and the Derrick Henry anytime.
you don't like the 8.5?
Nah, like I said, man,
A little
like
too
the
much.
the Browns are rolling out a completely different quarterback, a veteran quarterback. So it's
Could
going to
catch
be a
you off
different
guard.
game plan, you know. So I think that and it's like the this ain't Ravens defense from like 2 years ago. You know what I'm saying? Or even last year for that matter. They have shown the capability of being dominant, but they've been good. They just haven't been the Ravens that I'm used to seeing. So it's a lot of moving pieces in this one. I got the Ravens winning, but I don't know, 8.5. I don't know. I don't know about that.
Okay.
Cause it's like Cleveland got the talent, man. They just I don't
It
know,
ain't showed
like
up.
some
I don't think they
is
stepped off the
like
plane enough.
yeah, it's that locker room ain't all together. So maybe Jameis come in, and I hope not, man. I hope I'm wrong because you there to play football. You ain't there to like nobody. You know what I'm saying? So. I hope I don't see a completely different team, but something tells me I probably will.
Pop.
Yeah, that's the thing with Jameis is he has such an infectious personality. Like you can't help but like buy into what he's saying. He's like that type of motivator. And with him coming into the game and the Ravens not seeing him within the system, I think they could potentially um do something. Like the Browns will be able to move the ball. Like they'll be able to do something. Now, I agree about the Nick Chubb thing. I personally don't think we're gonna see the Nick Chubb we saw before the injury for a while. And it's just like you have to get back into game shape, game speed, and the only way you can do that is by playing. And I don't think he's there quite there yet, and they haven't really been that great at running the ball with Jerome Ford and whoever else they had in the backfield anyway. And then trading away Amari Cooper, who I think was the best wide receiver, and now you have Judy stepping up and the progression. You have I don't remember all the wide receivers they have. I do know they do have some capable wide receivers over there. But I'm just saying, Amari Cooper, while he isn't like the best, he's still a solid one to have. And I just don't know if that loss will be felt in this offense. I would need to see it, but I do think this is a game the Ravens should win. I agree. I don't like the -8.5 personally, just because the way these division games have been going, it hasn't been necessarily dominant wins, like blowout wins. They've been pretty close competitive games. So I don't like that, but I do like the Ravens to win. But listen, if the Browns, like Sir said, if that talent ends up playing to the level we think they could, the Browns could maybe fuck around and win this.
All right, we got Colts versus Texans. Texans favored by 5. Over under is 45.5. I'm very
Uh,
like shaky on that quarterback situation in Indianapolis,
is
man.
AR playing?
I
Yeah, I
don't
think he
even know.
played. Yeah, I think he played last week, so he should be
Yeah,
playing.
AR is play.
But he left and came back or something, or was that the week before?
I believe that was the week before.
Okay.
It's shaky out there, man.
I know, man.
That Colts offense, man. Like
I think the
I like
Colts
the
beat
players
the
they got, but
Texans.
But Jonathan Taylor will be back this tomorrow, so that should help.
shit help, yeah. Um, I think that's gonna be an interesting matchup. They play each other well too. Like I know they play each other like really close as a divisional matchup. Um, I'm siding with the Texans. I think they need a bounce back. After last week's performance. Wasn't it last week? Was it last week they played pretty bad?
Nah, that was the week before.
The
Well, I
week
mean, like
before?
CJ Stroud didn't play that well in that
He didn't
Packers,
play that well. Yeah, he didn't play
but I
that
mean, they
well
only
last
lost
week.
by 2 points. I mean, like, the Packers had to kick a last-second field goal to win the game. So I mean, it wasn't. They didn't get
Well,
blown out.
CJ Stroud looking for a bounce back game. Let me put it that way then.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I think he
Shit.
is, but I mean, people got to start putting respect on the Packers. Got a good defense, man. Like it's just the way that it is. I mean, their secondary is good. I mean, their front four is pretty good. So it's just, and I mean, the Colts defense ain't really like that. I mean, I had to do a double take because I didn't realize the Colts was 4-3. Like I didn't realize they won 4 games to this point.
But bro, 86 yards, bro.
I mean, he didn't play that well, but like he put the team in a position. Like he drove the team down to kick a field goal. They were winning, and the Texans defense allowed the Packers to drive down the field and kick the game-winning field goal. So yeah, I mean, his numbers weren't gaudy, but he gave the team the lead with like less than 2 minutes to go, and the defense couldn't hold it. So
The Texans secondary, I think, is injured, and I think they're missing a linebacker as well. I don't know if they came back for the game last week, but I think they still were missing two secondary pieces in that game as well. With that being said, but the the thing with the AFC South is there could be a team that's dominant and they lose. It's just like certain teams got certain other teams' numbers in this division. And I do believe the Colts and Texans played earlier this season. And the Colts beat them. Um, I don't know. I do think the Texans should win, but
the
I
Colts
don't
didn't.
know.
The Colts didn't beat the Tech. It was the first game of the season. It was just close. The Texans
Oh,
only
it
beat
was
them
a
by
close.
10 points.
Okay, yeah, it was a
And then
close
they beat them
game.
in Indy. Yeah, I mean they beat them in Indy too. So
Ugh. I don't know because the thing is, it's AR for me. Like
Yeah.
he has these dynamic plays, but then like you can't hit the easy ones. You
It
like
was
the
his best
intermediate
game,
stuff
wasn't it?
is.
That Texan
I
game was
believe
his best
so.
game, wasn't it?
I believe so because I think he ended up getting hurt the next week and he was out.
It was like week 2, right? Some shit
Yeah, I
like that.
believe so.
Oh, but go ahead,
Um,
Pop. My bad. I ain't mean to cut you off.
No, you good. But yeah, I think this is a game the Texans should win. Especially the way Joe Mixon has been playing since he came back from injury. He's been playing really good ball. Um, m- the thing I have is just like the offense, the wide receivers. Like to me, I don't know I don't know what the issue is. Tank Dell been playing well, but Diggs, I don't know if he fits. Like he's been playing okay, but he's not been the type of player I thought he could be in this Texans offense. Maybe this is a game he does that. He puts up the numbers I thought he could. But yeah, I do think the Texans should win though. Just offensively, the Colts just not good to me. Just on the offensive side of the ball with AR at quarterback.
um, Let me see, man. The Colts are extremely inconsistent. I agree with Smitty. The quarterback situation just bothers me. Um, I don't even. I didn't particularly like them that well. Even when Jonathan Teller, what? Damn, this boy getting pieced up. Even when Jonathan, yeah, stop that. Even when Jonathan Taylor was in the game, I still didn't like the way Indianapolis looked. They I've been talking to Mike in the spaces, Chef Mike, and the defense hasn't been consistent either, and they got their people back. Um, for whatever reason, Latu isn't he's starting, but he's not getting the bulk of the snaps. But I don't know what's going on in Indianapolis, and the Texans are they was kind of looking a little shaky. They had some pieces out. I know Aziz was out, and Joe Mixon was out. Oh, he caught him right on the temple. Oh, that boy looks stupid. Um, but yeah, Mixon's back, and I know Tank. I think Tank was out, or was it Nico?
Nico's
One.
on the IR.
Nico's out,
Okay,
and I
Nico was
think
out.
Lassiter has been out for them in their secondary, and there's another player I believe as well. I can't recall his name off the top of my head.
Yeah, but the Texans have enough talent where uh, they should beat the Colts. I don't know what the Colts do. They have no identity, in my opinion, on either side of the ball. The Texans, I like the resolve that I've seen from Houston, because Shroud didn't look too sharp when Nico and Mixon was out. I think it was just one game, 1 or 2 games, but he didn't look too good. And then he kind of tightened up a little bit, even with Nico still being out. Having Mixon back has helped them out a lot. But I feel like they are, even with the injuries, they are battling. They haven't. I think it was only one game where they kind of got punched on. I forgot who that was, but I think it was like week 3 or week 4. But outside of that, I like the Texans. I like
Vikings.
what they the Vikings. Yeah. Oh yeah, because it was like 37-7, some shit like that. Um, but yeah, the Houston is starting to put it together. They're starting to like calm down a little bit, and the Colts is still. So yeah, I will probably take Jonathan Taylor. Anytime touchdown. I think they're gonna lean on him heavy. I definitely take his attempts. I like CJ Stroud. I'll take his yards and his attempts or completions. Either no attempts. I go with attempts and yards. Um, Joe Mixon. As long as it's not 3.5 receptions, I'll take that. Um, that's about it. That's about it. But I like the over, and I like the 5.
J-Mick, you already went?
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
Okay. So we got Saints versus Chargers. Chargers favored by 7, over under 41.5. Pop.
Um, we're getting healthy. We're getting healthy. I think a lot of the players that we've had out are coming back for this game. I think the only players that are still going to be out is Carr, um, a couple of linemen, and tackle, a D tackle. But yeah, no, everybody that's been injured for us is coming back. Taysom's going to be back. Pete Warner's going to be back. Cesar Ruiz is going to be back. So we're getting healthy, and I like that for our chances. The problem is, though, we did have like Adebo's out for the year, and he's our cornerback too. I believe they're moving Alante Taylor to the outside. I don't know how that's going to look. Shaheed being out, like we had to deal with that last week, and we see how it is. But Olave should be back. He should. I believe he did clear concussion protocol, so Olave will be back. I think this will be a lot more competitive. Um, the thing for me is just that Rattler. There's issues with him being able to read defenses. I'm seeing that. Like you don't have you don't go to the play that can get you out the blitz that's coming, the hot read. Your ball security is not there. You've had I don't in the last what he started. This will be his third start. In the games that he started, you have multiple fumbles, so the ball security isn't there. And going against the defense that takes advantage of those type of opportunities that the Chargers have. You can't have that type of play. Also, my defense isn't good against the run. And what do the Chargers love to do? Run the ball. So if we can't get that together, it could be a long day for us. I do think it'll be competitive. I do think it could be competitive, but as of right now, I'm just gonna go with the Chargers just because I think they have the better quarterback going into this game, and I think that would be the difference for them.
J-Mid?
Um, I think it's a tough spot, man, because the Chargers lost a tough game last week to the Cardinals on a last second kick. They couldn't get into the end zone last week. They had a lot of miscues in that game. But ultimately, I'm probably gonna go with the Chargers. I don't know about the sevens a lot though. I might go with the Chargers either -3 or -4. Um, yeah, I mean, seven's a lot of points. I mean, and especially for a team that wasn't able to get into the end zone last week. I do expect the Chargers obviously to be a little bit better. And I just think that if the Chargers take the game plan what Denver did to the Saints, if you start blitzing Spencer Rattler a lot more, like I think you're gonna have success because he showed that against the blitz he wasn't as effective as he normally is. So I would look at that. Over under, I think it's gonna go under, man. I don't see like the Chargers play a style where they're trying to run the ball and they're gonna milk the clock. So I don't know if there's gonna be enough time for the Saints to have the ball where they're gonna be able to score and the Chargers are gonna score and you get an over situation. So I don't see that happening. Touchdowns, like I think J.K. is gonna score. I like Kamara to score because Kamara just got paid. And then the Saints other I think Chris Olave is going to be back, but I don't know. I mean, Chris Olave this year has not. I know he's had the 2 concussions this year, but he hasn't really been as good as I thought he was going to be. So I'm gonna stay away from him until I can see him play like a game first. So I'll just probably stay with the running backs in this game to score.
Yeah, I think in this game, obviously, I got J.K. Dobbins over on the rushing yards. Give me him for anytime touchdown. Give me Alvin Kamara for anytime touchdown. Give me Chargers money line.
Let me see. I think
I ain't see you on the screen.
I'll go get me some blueberries. The Saints and the Chargers, man. Chargers got some injuries. I mean, not the Chargers. I mean, they do too, but the Saints got a few injuries, man. Um, the Chargers are coming off a loss where they should have won that game. I don't know about this one, man. It's a lot of moving pieces. Uh, I don't know. I don't know either way on this game, to be honest with you. I can't even with the props. I just don't. Um, I'll probably say I'll probably take the over. That's probably it. Um, even that, I don't even know. I mean, if you could tease it down to like 39, I'd probably take that over. But I don't know. I don't know. I don't want to watch this shit.
All right, so we got Bills versus Seahawks. Bills favored by 3. Over under is 46.5. Sir, you can go first, good brother.
I don't know about this one, man. Um, the Bills gonna have to keep up with them. Seattle can put up points. Wait a minute, DK not playing. Oh yeah. This might get ugly. Um, I want to see this JSN everybody was talking about. I'll say that. Um, the Buffalo Bills run defense is looking pretty good. I forgot that guy that they picked up, the linebacker. I think he's a second year player or some shit like that, or a rookie. He's been playing in place of Milano. He's pretty fucking good. Um, I don't know, man. Seattle's defense is still stelling. Everybody except for Witherspoon, and even him. He's they got him doing. I feel like they got him doing a lot. He hasn't. He's been playing good, but the impact plays aren't there. Um, not having DK completely changes this game, man, because they have to score points. That defense is not playing good right now. Um, shit. So I'll probably say James Cook is back too. So, I'll probably go anytime touchdown on him. Josh Allen is, he's probably going to throw the ball a little bit, especially having Coop. So I'll probably take his attempts and his yards. I'll take his passing and his rushing yards. Anytime touchdowns. I don't know, man. Put that motherfucker down for two. So no more than two though. And Seattle, I don't know, bro. I'll probably say Kenneth Walker is back. Oh, but I don't know if it's Kenneth Walker, but I know their starter is back. So they're definitely gonna run the ball. They don't have a choice. Um, and Gino is definitely going to hit his attempts without a doubt.
Pop.
I don't like the Bills just because I think DK is a big loss for the Seahawks offense and what they try to do. Um, I don't really think they have the depth at the wide receiver position to be able to make up for that. I do like I do like the fact that with the Bills getting Amari Cooper, I think that changes the complexity of the offense that they want to run. I think James Cook can have a game because the Seahawks defense isn't really that great against the run. Um, so yeah, I like the Bills.
I also like the Bills. I agree with all y'all that DK Metcalf not being in this game kind of messes things up for that offense, man. You need a guy like DK Metcalf to be there to kind of solidify that. He made some of the ridiculous plays that a lot of receivers don't make too. You know what I mean? He kind of the most consistent player on that offense. And with him out, I don't know if JSN and the rest of those guys can carry. I mean, I like Tyler Lockett, but what we said earlier about Father Time, I mean, he catches up with everybody. He's a good possession receiver. He's gonna get you a first down here and there on a good reception, but he ain't gonna get you no yak because he's not getting hit. He gonna fall. Um, yeah, give me the Bills. Give me. Hey, look, I'm taking Keon Coleman receiving yards this week. I got a feeling. I'm gonna take Keon Coleman receiving yards this week. Give me Josh Allen anytime. Give me James Cook anytime. Give me. I don't really know about Kenneth Walker. I'm gonna leave the Seahawks alone this week. If anything, give me Tyler Lockett receptions. Go ahead, Jimmy.
I do like Buffalo in this game. I mean, Seattle doesn't play a bunch of defense, so I think with the offensive line that Buffalo has, I think Buffalo's going to be able to run the ball pretty effectively. And, I mean, they're trying to work Cooper in because Cooper's first game was last week. Cooper scored a touchdown, so I just think they're trying to work him in there. The other thing I say is going up to Seattle, Seattle still is a tough place to play, and regardless, so you got to throw that in there as well. Seattle not having DK, I mean, like DK is kind of like their deep threat, so I think that's a loss. I mean, I think you're going to see a lot more JSN, a lot more. I mean, he might be the primary target in this game. And I mean, you still got Tyler Lockett. So I mean, Lockett will do something as well. So yeah, so give me the Bills minus the 3. The over under. It should. Both these teams can score, so it should go over, in my opinion. People I like for touchdowns. I like JSN for a touchdown. I like Kenneth Walker for a touchdown. And then on the Bill side, I like James Cook for a touchdown, and I like Josh Allen for a touchdown. So that's just kind of how I see it.
So, AKA game of the week, we got Bears versus Commanders. Bears favored by 3. Over under is 43.5. I'm definitely gonna be watching this game. That game gonna be interesting.
But I think the thing is, we don't know if Jaden Daniels, because Jaden Daniels hadn't practiced all week, so we don't know if he's going to play. I think this is a game time decision. So that's what kind of throws a monkey wrench in this game to me. If Jaden Daniels plays, I like the Commanders money line. But if he doesn't play, then I like the Bears money line. Like I think he's the difference in this game, especially for the Commanders. Um, and I mean, he even goes to the over the under. Like if he plays, then I think there's a good amount of points scored in this game. But and I get it that like Marcus played well last week, but he's playing against a much better defense this week in the Bears. Bears got one of the better defenses in the league. So yeah, people I like scoring like I like Brian Robinson to score. And then on the Bears side, I like Cole Kmet to score. And I like DJ Moore to score. And important like so I didn't mention this earlier, but this on Sunday is National Tight Ends Day. So you might want to craft a parlay just around tight end scoring because I did one last year on a tight ends day and it cashed out. So
Pop.
Yeah, like if JD's not playing, I'm going with the Bears just because I think that really is going to change the dynamic of the game. Um, but if JD does play, I think it'll be a competitive game, and I'll edge it towards the Commanders just by the way JD5 has been playing when healthy. But I think the question mark about his availability is really going to be a big change. Yeah, so for me, I'm gonna just go with the Bears with JD5's availability not being known, especially like Caleb Williams. He's been getting better throughout the season, and that offense has just been performing a lot better than they were earlier in the year. So yeah, I like the Bears.
Um, the Bears should win this game, man. They have a more complete team, but Jaden Daniels has shown to be very dynamic. Um, the first half of the season so far. Uh, he didn't practice all week, but Ron Rivera did. He kind of threw a little monkey wrench in the plans. He announced that he participated in closed practice. So I don't know if this like some type of gentleman chess match mental shit he trying to pull or whatever. But Chicago should win this game. Even if he does play the game, um, it's a rib injury. That's tricky. They could shoot it up, numb it up a little bit for him. But I just feel like the way that the Bears defense have come on the last 2 weeks, not taking anything away from the Commanders defense because they've exceeded expectations. They've been pretty solid. Um, but the Bears defense is starting to kick it up a little bit and play like we expected them to, along with Caleb. He's starting to kick it up a little bit, but Jaden Daniels is like the X factor. It's all contingent upon, if he plays and how healthy he's going to be. Um, I'm gonna take Caleb's attempts. Um, shit, I don't know. I don't know after that, to be
It's
honest
hard
with
to
you.
take the Commander side without knowing if Jaden gonna be
Yeah,
out.
if Jaden playing or not.
And
Um,
like I've seen like in like just recent, just thinking off the top of my head, I've seen two quarterbacks play with rib injuries. I ain't like neither one of their performances, and both
mm,
of them are considered, I guess you would say. One is supposed to be top tier, and the other one, to me, is never going to be top tier. But Trevor Lawrence and Justin Herbert, I seen both of them play with rib injuries, and neither one of them looked fairly well in those performances. Man, it just looked like they was short arming it. You know what I'm saying? Dirt and ball that they usually would complete. It just I would, if I was them, I would just let him sit, man. I wouldn't put him out there. You got a good performance out of Mariota last week. Like, just, I mean, if you prepare, you should have prepared them for it. I mean, don't put it in contentions where late in the season when you need a guy like Jaden Daniels, he battling with an injury he been dealing with for 3 or 4 weeks. Like, there's no point of putting him through that. I would sit him. But I'm gonna take the Bears.
What's
I think,
Commander's record? They're like 5-2.
5-2,
yeah,
I think. Yeah.
Five and two.
yeah.
Um, I don't know, man. You know what I'm saying? Like resting your star players against conference opponents can be tricky because this could come down to a tiebreaker. You know what I'm saying? Like this could come down to um positioning depending on, where I mean right now it looks like, Philly and the Commanders. But Chicago can turn it on. You know what I'm saying? And they heating up, you know what I'm saying? So that this could be a potential tiebreaker game, kind of like with us in Minnesota. You know what I'm saying? Like we are 2 games back right now. Really three, because we have to finish with a better record than them because they got the tiebreak. You know what I'm saying? So it's like the things say 2 games back, but I'm really 3 games back.
Right. I get it. I get it. All right. So we got Panthers versus Broncos. Broncos favored by 11. Over under 41.5. Good God. 11 is crazy. I'm taking. Hey, look. If we taking points, give me Panthers plus 11. The Broncos ain't been that good. They ain't been that good. I mean, they've been over the expectation, but they ain't been that good.
Yeah, I
Nah.
agree. I agree. They ain't that good.
God damn.
But
Uh,
with that said, man, Carolina is they not playing good football, and Denver's defense, man, them motherfuckers is like they really playing ball, man. Like I said last week, the motherfuckers bring their pads, yo. Like you get a good night's sleep. Make sure you eat your breakfast, dog. Eat something heavy like some oatmeal. You're gonna have a long day fucking with that Denver defense. They not fucking around, man. Them, like I said, them boys bring their pads every Sunday. So and this at home, man. I don't know. I don't like the 11, but I wouldn't be surprised if they cover. And I don't like nobody's props.
just give me Broncos money line. But if we taking points though, I'm taking Panthers plus that 11.
Yeah, I mean, I don't trust Bo Nix enough to take that team minus 11. I'm gonna be
Hmm.
honest about it. I don't trust him. Like he's not that good. Yeah, so props I do like Javonte Williams in this game because I mean Javonte played well against the Saints. I expect him to do the same against the Panthers defense. Um I mean the Broncos I mean, and you could take Bro Nix for 25 rushing yards. I mean, one thing he's gonna do is he's gonna run the ball a little bit. He's gonna roll out and he's gonna scramble. So I take him for 25 yards as well. Um Panthers, I heard Deontay Johnson is out. Uh Jonathan Brooks, they didn't activate him off a pup, so you got to wait another week for him. Maybe on the Broncos side, maybe take Javonte for a touchdown, and maybe Cortland Sutton can have a bounce back game because Cortland didn't do anything last week, so maybe you could take Cortland Sutton for a touchdown too. Panthers, maybe Hubbard, you could take him for a touchdown because I mean he's been getting into the end zone the last couple of weeks, I guess. I mean those are the only props that I really like in this game.
I'm going with the Broncos. I don't understand the Panthers going back to Bryce Young. Um,
Well,
they
they
seem
have
to
to.
not know what they want to do.
Well, they have to because the starter Dalton got into a car crash this week, so he can't play.
Oh shit. Didn't know
Yeah,
that.
yeah. So
Yeah,
that's
me
why.
either.
Yes, Yeah, so it's
So that
not like
makes
they
sense.
want him to play. It's because they don't really have a choice.
Well, even if Darnold was playing, I'm still taking the Broncos. This Broncos defense has surprised me, and especially with them the way they performed last week without having PS2, and PS2 comes back because he's clearing concussion protocol. Oh yeah, they're gonna be rolling. I do agree the Broncos offensively haven't been that great, but I think Javante is going to have a game. This could potentially be a bounce back game for Sutton because outside of Horn, they don't really have a good secondary on the Panthers side of the ball. I'll just I'll take the Broncos money line. The over under that could get tricky in the -11. I'm not quite sure, but I do believe that the Broncos will just win this straight up, especially with them being in Denver.
Uh, Chiefs versus Raiders. Chiefs favored by 9.5. Over under is 41.5. This is that 41 seems like the number of the week. Uh, Go ahead, Vic. You can go first.
Um, yeah, I mean the Chiefs beat the Raiders in Las Vegas last year. I mean, it's funny because like I think the dude that beat him was Aiden, and Aiden broke his finger, so he's not playing. So you got Minshew. Minshew game to game. He could give you a good game or give you a bad game. Just not sure what you're gonna get out of him. Um, the Raiders don't really have a running back. Zamir White has been very, very, has underperformed all season. Then they trade away Tay, and then they got their second wide receiver who's been hurt a lot lately, so he hasn't been playing either. So it just leaves you with Trey Tucker, and the tight end. Like I don't know. Like I don't see the Chiefs losing this game. I'm gonna be honest. Like I don't see it. I don't see a path. The only path I see is if Patrick Mahomes turns over the ball 4 times and he throws 2 pick sixes. I don't see a pathway for the Raiders to win. I'm not gonna take the Chiefs minus 9.5 either though. Like because their offense hasn't been strong enough for me to take them minus pretty much 10. I drop it to like 6.5. Like I think they'll win by a touchdown. So I would do that. Getting into the end zone for the Raiders. Maybe Brock Bowers gets into the end zone if they get in the end zone. On the Chiefs side, give me Kareem Hunt get in the end zone. And give me Travis Kelce got to show up in one of these games. So I'm gonna pick this week for Travis Kelce to him and get in the end zone as well. Give me Kareem Hunt's rushing yards because I think he should get over that.
No welcome to Kansas City touchdown for D Hop.
I don't know. Like I got to see it first. So yeah,
I might take it on a single parlay by itself with some other iffy plays I got. I might take it. I feel like I'm with Nick though. Like, what is the pathway for the Raiders to win this game? How do they could like right now with everything they got going on, offensively not really being that great, defensively they've been okay. They haven't been bad. But they were competing in games. Like what? I don't even know what happened to that. Like, they were really like one play away from winning a lot of those games. And I just don't know. I don't see them beating the Chiefs. I'm not taking the 9.5. I'm with Mick on that too. Chiefs money line. Give me. I want to take Travis Kelce for the touchdown, but he's been kind of letting me down. He kind of been on my no bet list for a minute. I'm gonna get him back in. He kind of show up in those rivalry games inside of the division, so I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt this week and say Travis Kelce anytime touchdown.
Yeah, the only way the Raiders can win this game is if the Chiefs forfeit. I just think that that's the only way because there's nothing offensively that scares me. about the Raiders. You traded away your best weapon. Your wide receiver core is not that impressive and has been injured. You have Bowers, Tucker, and who else? Your running backs aren't that good. The Zamir White, who you thought was going to be the starter, has gotten his position took by Matson, who got ran out of Minnesota. Um, because he wasn't that good as a running back one. Like there's nothing offensively they do really well, and defensively they're not that great either. I just think this is a game the Chiefs are gonna win. I won't say dominate because they haven't dominated any team, but they have won gritty ways, and I think this could potentially be their cleanest game. Um, Maybe the picks from a home stop in this game. I don't know. He might like I said, he's been good for one so far. So that might give the Raiders office some juice, but I just don't really see them being competitive.
Certified. So you might be muted again, good brother. Maybe we having some technical difficulties with certified. Um, all right, so we'll come back to that. I guess we'll go to the next game. So it's Cowboys versus
My bad, dog.
Niners. Oh,
I didn't know the mic was off on the screen, so I kept pushing the mute button on my headset, and anyway, y'all could have really skipped me. I'm not gonna say anything that Mick or Smoke didn't say. Um, the Raiders can't compete. They just can't. You know what I'm saying? They don't have a quarterback. They don't have a run game. They got Max Crosby on the other side, but they lost Christian Wilkins. Like this is a lost season for them. You know what I'm saying? And it's like they did a lot of fucking yapping. And you know how petty Patrick Mahomes is, like the Kermit the Frog shit, the Muppet thing and everything, the little doll that they made. Man, Pat gonna embarrass these niggas, man. This is gonna get ugly early. That offensive explosion that everybody be been complaining about with the or that consistency or dominance from the Chiefs on offense, y'all might see that shit this week. The Raiders was talking a lot of shit, and it ain't nothing they could do to stop KC from doing what the fuck KC want to do. So this might get ugly.
all right. Well, you next up, anyways. We got Cowboys versus Niners. Niners favored by 4.5. Over under is 47.5. And this is your Sunday night football.
I just found out that it was National Tight End Day, and seeing that Brandon is out, that means Kittle's target share is probably going to go up a little bit, especially seeing how they probably won't need him in the run game. Seeing that Dallas is, if not the worst, but one of the worst run teams in the league or whatever, we should be running the ball. My team should be upset about that shit from last week because that was fucking disgusting. I felt like them niggas quit, to be honest with you. Useless ass Bosa, he ain't do nothing. I ain't say that. I ain't say that. I don't want nobody. I don't want nobody to get mad at me, threaten my life over Nick Bosa. You know what I'm saying? I don't want that on my tombstone. But anyway, we should win this game. I said that last week. But yeah, we should win this game, and I will be disappointed if we don't punch on these things. We shouldn't just win this game. We should dominate Dallas. Like we should show. They should be out there playing like they pissed off, yo. Like that's not. I mean, I get it. The game was competitive until Debo, and I mean, it got a little tight. He only played three snaps, but the game was tight, and then Brandon go down, and it just my wheels fall off again. But hopefully I see them niggas in February, and you know, whatever. But yeah, I'll take Jordan Mason's yards, his carries. I'll also take Kittle's anytime touchdown. Let me get his yards. I'm not sure about his attempt. I mean his catches because he's like a yak merchant. Let me see. Whoever my kicker is, take that motherfucker for two field goals. Um, let me see. Um, Dak is going to get his attempts. CD is definitely going to get his catches. I'll probably take Dak's attempts and yards. And CD's receptions. I'm a little up and down on the yards, but that's it.
Jamie.
There's just certain matchups, man. Like certain matchups where you just can't deny the writing on the wall. Writing on the wall is the Cowboys have not been able to beat the Niners. Just haven't. And I've even heard people talking about the DM for the Cowboys. He's not playing. Micah, he's not playing. Even when Micah played last, I mean, they played each other last year, and the Cowboys got embarrassed. So I mean, him playing or not really don't. That in this particular matchup, it don't move me as much. I'm taking the cow. I'm not the cow. Hell no, I ain't taking the Cowboys. I'm taking the Niners minus the 4.5. So I'll take them. I mean, Jordan Mason, I see him getting in the end zone, kind of like what Certified said. Like I see Kittle getting the end zone. It's National Tight Ends Day on Sunday. And if you know anything about Kittle on National Tight Ends Day, he normally has a really good game. So I'm taking him as well. I think Jennings is out. I'm not sure if Debo's going to play in the game because he had like the pneumonia thing where he was in the hospital early in the week. So I don't know. I'm actually willing to take Jordan Mason scoring 2 times then if that's the case. So yeah. So let me up there. Let me get Jordan Mason to score 2 touchdowns. Let me get Kittle for 1. Cowboys. I'm gonna ride with CD. I think CD can get in the end zone. But yeah, like I just don't see a path for like the Cowboys. Like the Cowboys have the 32nd ranked rushing defense in the league. You're going against the Niners who want to run the ball. That's just not a good combination. So that's how I see it.
Yeah, I agree with everything that's been said so far. I think the 49ers should be able to win and dominate specifically in the run game because that is what the 49ers love to do and that is what the Cowboys can't stop. So I think Mason, whatever his line is, I would take it. I would take his attempts. I also like Kittle. With Ayuk being out, I do think his target share will go up. So I do like Kittle in this game. Um, I agree with the Cowboys props too. I think Dak is gonna have his attempts. The CD is gonna have his catches in them yards. It's just I don't think that they're gonna be competitive in this game at all. Their defense isn't that good, and their offense is CD or bust, and it's bust right now because they don't have a run game, and they don't have anyone outside of Ferguson that's consistent enough at the wide receiver position. So yeah, 49ers should win this game handily.
Hey, listen, I'm all with the 49ers, you know what I'm saying, doing what they do, man. You know what I'm saying? Hey, look, I had the Cowboys not making the playoffs, so whatever it takes. Whatever it takes. The hater in me is fully exposed at this moment. I really don't like the Cowboys anyway, so and it's fuck Canes Day, it's fuck Cowboys Day. It's yeah. I hope you beat the dog shit. Thank you. I hope you walk their ass down. Uh, yeah, that's how I feel about them. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. The next game we got is Giants
Oh
versus
damn, I
Steelers.
did it again. I just want to say, I hope we dog walk them niggas too. I want another. I don't. I want a. We. It was 42-10 last year. I want. I want 45-6 this year. I need something to smile about for 2 weeks because I'm going on by after Sunday night, and then I'll come back for Tampa Bay. But I really want to punch on these niggas real bad, like embarrass them, like the type of shit. Like, damn, we should have flexed this type shit. That's what I want.
Mm. Okay, next game we got on the slate is Giants versus Steelers. Steelers favored by 6. Over under is 36.5. God damn. 36.5 is nasty.
Why is it nasty? It's still the Giants had a hard time scoring, and you take away the Jets game, the Steelers they have a hard time scoring too. It makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
But the Steelers kind of put up some points last week, though, didn't they?
It was the Jets, man. I'm
I
coming.
mean, bro, come on now. It was a lot of. It was Hail Mary. Murray was involved in a lot of that shit, dog. It was they was trying to they was out there trying to act like Jalen and AJ Brown out that bitch, man. Come on. Them shits could have went either way.
Yeah, it was the Jets turnovers that really turned the tide in that Steelers game.
All right, so I like the Steelers. I think offensively the Giants are struggling to do anything 3 and out. So I'm gonna take the Steelers and give me Najee Harris for his rushing yards. Give me George Pickens receiving yards and an anytime touchdown. Yeah, that's it. JB.
Yeah, I like the Steelers in this game. I don't know about the -6, man. I'm not willing to put my coin on the -6. I do think the Steelers are going to win. Like I take it at the money line or a -3 situation, more like that. I'll stay away from the over the under, man, because I mean it could go over, but it could go under too. So I'm just gonna stay away from that. John's side of the ball, give me Neighbors getting in the end zone. Steelers, give me Najee getting in the end zone. And give me Move getting in the end zone for them. I just don't see a lot of, like we said earlier, I don't see a lot of offense in this game. There'll be a little bit, but I think it's going to be more of a defensive struggle. So that's just, I'm not going to be hitting too many props in this game.
Yeah, I like this is hard because offensively both teams aren't necessarily that great. But I do like the production that the Steelers offense did have last game. I do like the production the Steelers offense had with Russell Wilson as quarterback. So I think I'll edge there, and I just like the defense overall for the Steelers a lot more than the Giants. Um yeah, I'm gonna just go with the Steelers. I'm not sure about the -6 or the over under. I think I'll just take the Steelers money line just straight up.
Certified?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you this time.
Yeah, so I'm gonna go with I like Pittsburgh +6. I mean Giants +6. They are sticking with Russell. Dexter Lawrence is playing out of his fucking mind, dog. 9 sacks for a nose tackle is insane. And it's week 8. That's insane for a season. He has 9 already. That is fucking crazy. Um, Russell Wilson likes to hold the ball. That running game is not Najee. Najee ain't it, man. Like he's just a guy. I don't even think that he's really. He shouldn't be anybody's RB1. I just think that this game is going to be a lot closer. I think both offenses are going to struggle. And I think that Giants front four, that defensive line, not front four because I think they run a 3-4. Um, but the Giants are going to give him a lot of problems. I think this is going to be people going to be upset. I see a lot of field goals. But I like defensive matchups, and I think this is what that's going to be because you do got that man, Mr. Watt, over there on the other side, and man, I wish Bosa played like him. But yeah, um, I think it's going to be a defensive match, and I think that Pittsburgh will probably edge it out in the end. But it's going to be close. I don't think they're going to cover. And as far as the props, man, um, I'll take Daniel Jones rushing attempts. I'm going to take Neighbors yards, and I'll probably take TJ for 1.5. Nothing more than 2.5. If you can get it at 2, see if you can force a push. That's cool, but I wouldn't go more than 2.5. I wouldn't go more than 2. That's about and the under. I'm gonna take the under.
All right. So that's the last game for Sunday. Our Thursday night game. Another interesting game though. Texans versus Jets. Jets favored by 1. Over under is 43. Any comments on the Thursday night game? I know it's hard to call these games, but
Man,
Yeah.
get the Texans, man.
Yeah, if the Jets lose this game, it's definitely time to sell.
Mm-hmm.
it'll be too late to sell at that point, won't it? Won't it?
I'm just saying they bought, but
I
just
thought
like
week 10. It was week. It's not week 10 no more.
Yeah, but they already acquired Tay Adams already, so they're buying.
Mhm.
They're not going to be selling nothing.
They ain't
You
buying.
think so?
Too late.
I think they are.
They ain't got no choice.
Whatever they're doing is not going to work, and I think if they lose the game this week, well, this game specifically, this Texans Jets game, I think they're out of it. Like whatever they think they're competing for, it's
Yeah.
over with.
Yeah.
It's done. And if you do sell, I'll be interested to see the pieces that they do move.
Yeah, but they can't theoretically they can't sell because of who their quarterback is. Aaron Rodgers, they got to be all in to win with this guy because that's kind of what they shaped up in the offseason. So I don't think they're selling at it. I don't care if they lose the Patriots or the Texans. Like I don't think they're selling because they got to at least try to be successful down the stretch. So at least you show Aaron Rodgers like, hey, well, like maybe I'll come back for another year. Maybe it was just injuries or whatever, and we can run this thing back. Because if you have too bad of a season, Aaron Rodgers might just be like, F it, like I'm just gonna retire. And if he retires, they're really screwed.
My thing is I don't know if they can overcome the conference losses that they've had.
I'm not saying they can. I'm just saying if they was only won 5 to 6 games this season, Aaron Rodgers is not gonna come back. Now, I don't think
I agree.
I don't think
you need a 9+ win season. You got to.
Well, at
I
least
agree.
like if they can at least get to 8 to 9 wins, and like Aaron Rodgers might be like, well, it might be worth it just to run this back for another year. But if they don't win at least 8 games, he might just be like, screw it, I'm just gonna retire and I'm just right off into the sunset.
But we all had them losing this week, right?
No, not to the Jets, no.
No, because the Jets.
No, they playing the Patriots.
The Patriots.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right.
Yeah, the Jets playing
Oh,
Patriots.
that was
We're
me.
talking about-
The
But
possibility is possible.
Yeah, but the thing is, they're gonna lose. The Texans are gonna run Joe Mixon, at that defense, and the Texans are gonna win that game. So regardless of whether they want to save their season for a couple more days until they play the Texans, one of these next 2 games they're gonna lose. So it's not really gonna matter at that point.
I'm kind of. It's a close. I like the spread though, because they could change that spread either way right now. If the Texans look good, then it swings. It probably will swing back their way. If the Jets don't look good, Jets lose to the Patriots. I can see this being a 3-point Texans spread next week.
Man, if they lose to the Patriots, man, that locker room is going to be in mutiny, bro. Like they can't lose to the Patriots. Like they lose to the Patriots like that, the fan base and like the team is done.
Oh, they'll clock out. Yeah, they clocking out.
Yeah,
they going home. They taking their wives in. Yeah, it's over.
I mean, trust me, I wouldn't love nothing more than to send the Jets season to be over. Oh, I wouldn't. That's something I'd love to do, but I just don't see it happening. That's all. But I mean, stranger things have happened, so and you never know.
If it ain't meant to be, it's just not meant to be, Mick. You know what I mean? So
man,
I wouldn't be surprised if y'all beat them. What's going on with these scores, man? I wasn't even tapped in, man.
I'm not watching none of the college football right now. I'm watching this UFC card, bro.
Dang, Navy gets splopped.
I mean, Ohio State having a hard time with Nebraska. That's what I see.
Oklahoma struggling. Oklahoma's standing up with Ole Miss.
And I mean, Nebraska not even that good, so
it's 9-14. Jeez.
Back-to-back spinning elbows? No,
Georgia Tech.
Breakfast. That's crazy.
North Carolina beating Virginia. I ain't think Notre Dame was gonna do them like that. Jesus Christ.
Who Notre Dame playing?
Navy.
But I mean, I think they were favored by 14, 17 points, something like that.
17.
Well,
it was 17 and a half because I was gonna do it, but then I was like, nah, I'm gonna skip out on it. Glad, I mean, because see them getting put on the hub like this is crazy. Is this Navy first time being ranked in a long time?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's up with it.
I mean, Notre Dame is a top 10 team, so
14.
Yeah, top 15. So I mean,
yeah. Man, that's the end. That's the end of the slate, man. We got 111 people in here. So if you're on the X side, you haven't come to the YouTube side yet, come to the YouTube side. Show us some love. Like, comment, subscribe. If you don't follow us on Twitter, tap in with all of us on Twitter. Tap in with the CheckDown NFL on Twitter. Yeah, man. Anything else for the people, man, before we get up out of here?
No, not really.
Nah, man. Shit. Enjoy your weekend. It's a lot of football. The UFC card going on right now. Chill out. Fucking holiday season is upon us. Oh, I want to say something real quick though. If you have a holiday season, for most people that struggle with mental health, seasonal depression usually kicks up for most people around holiday season. So if you know somebody in your family or friend or whatever that has battles with mental health or whatever, reach out to them, just check on them, see how they doing. This is around the time of year where seasonal depression really like hits people. So I wanted to say that.
Hey, also, man, if you're taking your kids trick or treating, man, check that candy, man. Be careful, man. Be safe out there, man. It's weird people out here doing weird things.
Oh yeah. Halloween next week. Listen, we gonna need some new costumes, okay? Yeah, I don't want to see fucking slutty firemen and shit. Like, no, I'm serious. Like y'all slutting everything out. We gotta reel that back in. Like let's do some regular uniforms. Let's get creative here. Like we slutty transformers and shit. Like come on, y'all doing too much. Yeah, like come on, man. Y'all can't. Come on, man. Let's tighten up.
crush your statement, but bro, that's not gonna happen. That was always for grown women. This is their time of the year, man. This is the time where they can dress like that and they don't get judged. So this is what they're gonna do. Slutty
This is
nurses,
true. This is
slutty
true. This is
cops,
true.
slutty firemen.
My bad. My bad. My bad.
I mean, like, you know, Catwoman, slutty, like, I'm sorry, bro. Like, that's just what you're gonna get. I mean, it just is what it is, man.
Yeah. But yeah, man, from us to y'all, man, we appreciate y'all for tapping in every week, staying tapped in with us, man. Y'all can tap in with us next Saturday, same time, same place. We'll link it in, man. We appreciate y'all. Till next time, y'all know what it is.